All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Awfully Silly. It's me again, Conception, who was just here for the last run in Perilous Paths, that incredible Hitman run. But I'm here to host my show proper now, Awfully Silly, in which today we're going to be doing something I've never done before as a show concept. I've been doing the show for many years now. We've never done this before, so I'm very excited. First, just want to remind everybody of a few things as well. If you're looking to get involved more with the Hotfix community, you're going to want to join our Discord, our official GDQ Discord. You can add the hotfix role. That it keeps you up to date on all the hotfix goings on. It lets you to chat with staff, your favorite showrunners, hang out with fellow speedrun fans. You name it. There is a lot going on in that server. And if you're interested in joining, !Discord in Twitch chat for invitations there. As well as if you're a hotfix fan, like I know you are, because you're here and you're listening and you're watching, you might be interested in checking out what's going on the rest of this season. So feel free to go over to our website. This games.quick.com/hotfix. That's going to get you this week's schedule. It also allows you to explore the full season lineup as well. Okay, without further ado, we're doing something very different today. Now, if you looked at the schedule, you might have seen Awfully Silly, and then you might have seen Pokemon Sword and Shield, Hollow Knight, and Celeste listed as the games, of which, you know, if I called those awful or even silly in some regards, I might get, stones thrown at me. But we're doing something strange and unusual, which is what the show is all about, which is that we're taking games that are very popular or very well received, and we're going to be showcasing goofy and silly categories of those games. So yes, we are going to be having Pokemon Sword and Shield run by Greta Icefix and coming up right now, but it's not going to be any regular category that you're used to. It's not even going to be one flex. It might be several flexes. Some might even say 120 flexes. That's right. Greta Icefix is going to be running 120 flexes of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Greta, the floor is yours. Take it away and flex on all of them. It's a good start. When you're laughing through the intro, it's good. That's good.
It was quite the introduction. Yes, hello. I am Greta Icefixen. My name is Greta. I am here today to bring you a category not before seen, but soon to be beloved.
World premiere.
Put it that way.
World premiere.
Yes. I run this game. This is something this particular category I invented for this very moment, so get hyped. We're gonna get started in a moment here.
That's right.
But yes, as you can hear, I'm joined by some people that are not just me. So if my commentators want to say hello, go for it.
Yeah. Hi, my name is New Amber. I run Pokemon Sword and Shield since release. I've been doing Pokemon speedrunning for over 10 years now. And I've never done this category because no one's ever done this category before. Izzy, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I go by YogKV everywhere. I'm an artist, animator, and I've speedrun this game a singular time. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
My name's Nick Pixels. I am Grookey's biggest fan, and that was enough to get me in here. That's all I got.
Heck yeah.
Amazing. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get this started here. It's going to start when I hit yes. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alrighty. So you might be wondering, what in the world is this?
We all are.
Yeah. It's going to be very silly. I can tell you that.
Yay.
So you might have heard, maybe in the past, you might have seen a certain make your own victory called Flex on Everyone with my dear friend Quacksilver. If you saw that, or if you didn't, you should watch it after this if you want more of what you're about to see.
And you will.
But yeah, the Flex on runs are meme categories that have existed for a few years now. I'm not sure exactly when it came to be, but it all started with a certain shenanigans, a certain Bulbasaur lover or hater, if you know him. He created this run called Flex on Mum, and mum as in mom, but in this game we're British, so mum.
Very important distinction.
Yes.
Very, very important.
Yes.
So what that is at the start of this game, your mom gives you a gift of 30,000 Pokédollars to, set you up for your adventure. You're going off out alone into the world, you need some cash. So she gives you 30,000 Pokédollars, which is like $300 or something like that. And the funny thing is, at the very first town that you go to in the game, there's a clothing store. And in that clothing store, there's a t-shirt, one t-shirt that costs 30,000 Pokédollars. So what the run is you taking your mom's money, blowing all of it on a t-shirt, putting the t-shirt on. It's like a really cool Arcanine t-shirt. It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
And then going back to her and flexing on her with your new drip, as they call it. and what it means to flex, the flex definition here is if you spin your joystick in this game, you'll start spinning, and then you let go, and you'll do Leon's signature pose. Champion Leon, he like puts his hand up in the air. You just saw it, actually.
Yeah, Leon just flexed on a whole stadium. That's some huge AoE.
Yeah, he did.
Way more than
That's a
120
lot.
Kind of a
people.
rival, if you think about it.
Way more than 120 people. Did it in seconds.
So yeah, that's where that came from, and it's like a 15-16 minute long run, and it got quite popular actually, and it's just been a big meme for years. So then it evolved into Flex on 4 Moms, Flex on Granddad, Flex on Charizard, and so this is the latest and greatest. We're going to be doing 120 different flexes, and it's going to be a good time.
Yes, 120. And if you're wondering how Greta kind of came up with that number, because me and her discussed this in DMs, we just wanted to be like, oh, imagine if Super Mario, like, SM64 has 120 stars. What if the category for this game became 120 flex? And that's it. That's the whole logic behind it.
Don't worry, we may see more
like-
similarities to SM64 as we go on.
I bet we will.
You'll see.
Oh, wow. Be prepared, Chad.
Spoilers. But yeah, I was like, what can we do? What's like the stupidest thing I could think of? And this is where we got to.
It's a great mindset for the show. The stupidest thing you can think of. We put it on
Honestly,
here.
I think this category is just as competitive as Mario 64 120 star, if I'm being honest.
Easily.
It has a lot of potential.
This is just proof of concept. That's all it is.
You at home could do this run.
Here we go with the kind of like showcasing the world premiere to get people interested on it. I'm fully confident.
But yeah, the parameters I set for myself when I was thinking of how to route this, I was like, okay, I want to start with Mom because she's the OG.
You have to.
And
Yeah.
I decided to end on a particular person, which you'll find out when we get there. It was very important.
It's a whole narrative journey. These 120 flexes. Yeah. It's really deep.
Yeah.
So what are some of the first steps we're taking to go fast here? Like, I saw like a little menu there at the start. and
Wow,
then-
what a
yeah.
coincidence that you said that. Yeah, the very first thing Greta did when they got control was basically open the options menu and set a whole bunch of options. Pretty standard for pretty much every Sword and Shield run you'll ever do. Setting the text speed to fast, setting the battle animations to be off, setting the battle style to set, which just means that if you have multiple Pokemon in your party, then it won't like keep asking you if you want to switch out every single time you defeat a trainer's Pokemon.
We also got turning off movies.
Yes, we got
Yeah.
turning off movies. So basically, like, there's like these special cutscenes in this game called movies. There's only like a handful of them in the game, but we just want to turn off those. And
Yeah, I
then we
think
also
we
do
skipped
give
2
nicknames
in this
off.
run?
2 sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 sounds right. And yeah, and then
Also,
we
don't
also
mind
turn-
me in the chat doing my committee duties,
Yeah.
telling
I was like,
people.
hold on. You focus on playing the game. I'm also on committee, so I can handle this. No worries.
Well, we got 2 games committee members in the chat. Whoa.
I know. It's wild how they let us congregate in one spot. I don't know.
It's the perfect segue, actually, for me to tell you this. So yeah, the SGDQ schedule is going up on what, that's Thursday, right? May
Yes.
15th?
Yep.
Yes.
And here's my perfect segue to plug my own run. If you like what you see with this game, you like the next like 40 minutes or so. And you want to see an actual run of the game where you like do the battles and stuff.
This is an actual run. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is super real.
Myself and my friend Corvame are going to be running this game at SGDQ. We're going to be using the evolutions to beat the game, and it's going to be super, super fun. Please watch it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great run.
Excited.
It's gonna be a great run.
Thank you.
Also,
and
like-
Izzy will be there.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, Izzy will be commentating. Her. Oh my god. Yo, Zach Rookie. My boy.
Yo.
Oh, wait, Joseph. Let's go. Dap him up. Oh yeah. Look at that.
It's a good monkey. It's a fast monkey. So why is this monkey so fast compared to the other ones? Because I feel like, if you're playing any percent, you usually pick the bunny or the little water guy. What's this all about?
He's so tiny.
Yeah, so probably the majority of runs of this game you're going to see use Sobble. If it's Candy Floss, who's the real winner of any percent, then you'll be taking Score Bunny. But I'm taking Grookey. The reason for that is I'm not going to be doing too many battles, but I am going to go through, like, all the way through Route 2. And to get through this particular section of the game, Grookey's actually the fastest option. I think a part of that is later on we get our special attack lowered by one of our opponents, and Grookey doesn't have to worry about that since we're physically attacking, so that helps it. And some other stuff I probably am not thinking of. Maybe do you know, Amber, if there's anything else?
You kind of covered it. Like, Sobble is a special attacker and kind of gets owned by that fight. And then Score Bunny's problem is that it's a physical attacker, but the same type of attack modus, the like fire move that it gets, is a special attack. So that really does not help it. And Grookey just both has really good physical attack and has a physical grass move that it gets at the end of this fight. And then there's going to be one additional thing, which I guess we'll say when we get there.
This monkey's gonna grow up strong and terrorize VGC. I just know it.
Oh, absolutely.
Congrats on not critting.
Congrats on not critting.
Why would you say that when the fight isn't over?
So this game's very funny about critical hits, especially in rival fights.
Yep.
So every time you get a critical hit or you get critical hit, you lose 3 seconds. But if you critical hit Hop during this fight or like most Hop fights, there's like an extra 4-second cutscene.
Hop really likes talking.
Yeah.
Did you know
Hop
that type
talking.
advantages?
What a yapper.
How did you know?
Shoutouts to the last time I was on Hotfix with Greta and they were running this game. They actually got somehow max dialogue Hop, which was an experience.
Iconic.
Yeah, an experience.
Max dialogue.
Don't put the cart before the Rapidash.
What?
Just Leon dialogue. He says, "Oh no,
reading what
Hop,
Leon said.
don't
You
put the
read?
cart before the
You
Rapidash."
could read?
Many,
I don't do that.
Many people ask me that. Yeah, always a shocker.
If you're wondering why we're not doing like any sort of flexes yet, it's just because like we can't get access to, we don't have the money or access to the Arcanine shirt that we're gonna need to buy to start doing our flexes yet until about like 14 minutes in, I want to say.
We are not properly
Yeah,
equipped to
something-
flex as of yet.
No. Something about this game that, everyone just loves about this game is the beginning tutorial sort of section, which is what we're doing right now. Like every single run has to do it. We just go through the motions here. Like these encounters are all guaranteed to happen every single time. We just run away from them because it's faster to do that.
I love how every
Et
modern
cetera.
Pokemon game makes its intro section like longer and longer. I think the next game should make it like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, everyone wants to start speedrunning Sword and Shield until you realize the fog is coming.
The fog is
The fog
coming.
is coming.
The fog is coming. I think you mean the unnerved bird is coming. Oh, never mind.
No,
No, nerve scared. Let's go.
Save the,
Oh,
save
that's
the frames.
huge.
Time save.
All right.
So the the ability pop-up for Rickety's Unnerve did not occur that time because it does not have Unnerve this time.
Yep.
But it's like, I don't know the percentage. Some percentage.
I mean,
Should know.
allegedly it's 50-50. It can just be one of the two abilities, but like in practice,
Yeah. No.
it doesn't always happen that way.
And that,
Yeah.
that goes for all Pokemon statistics, by the way. It'll be like, oh
So
yeah,
true.
tackle is 95%, except every time.
So
Every
it
time you
goes.
need it to hit.
So it goes. Yep.
So we are approaching the final boss before we get our allowance.
Yeah.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
It's Pikachu.
A dying.
It's kind of a Pikachu, if you think about it.
I would
Best
love
song
to
in the
hear your
game.
explanation.
Best song in the game. Play it right now.
No, it's like when your grandma thinks every Pokemon is Pikachu. It's like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you
Is
just,
that
like,
one Pikachu?
Yeah. Is this
Yeah.
Pikachu?
Well, it does say question mark, so it
Yeah.
might be Pikachu.
Oh.
It could be whatever you want it
Yeah,
to be.
I cannot be
True.
proven wrong right now.
It can't even be level Pikachu because it's level question mark. Who knows? You make the
Level
rules.
Pikachu.
Well,
You
I hope
say
it's
it
level
3 times
120.
and you summon him.
oh, the fog. It's consuming. I can't see anything.
It's a really hard boss.
Yeah.
You're sitting in a dark room right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hope you
My
brought
eyes.
sunglasses. Yeah.
Hope you got that blue light filter on. And we're just taking a nap.
We're almost there. Yeah, we just have to like pass out on the floor
Just
for a minute.
flexing on the grass is all.
True.
All right, we're very close to getting our allowance. Almost there.
Yeah, so now that this section is done, it's like, okay, we can like go off and go into the world, yay! But you should probably tell your mom first before you like leave forever. So that's what
And
we're gonna
unlike
do.
in like gold and silver, you can't just like leave without talking to your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a requirement.
Oh, you can do that in gold and silver. That's so mean.
Yeah. And then she just she
and
just
then
calls you. It's like, hey,
It's so
what's up?
sad.
It's so
She's
sad.
like, oh, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah. Is it required in hard gold, soul silver to go to your mom? It
Nope.
might-
No.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
That
Yeah,
one
she calls
alive.
you and is like, why did you leave? Yep. They kept it
I
consistent.
know in
And makes
Platinum,
you feel so bad.
I know in Diamond and Pearl Platinum has like one of the more annoyings. Hey, you should go tell your mom sequences because they make you go through like 2 towns to reach mom again. But conversely, you should just leave like that. That's so rude. Gold and silver.
Yeah, so going through Route 1 there, normally I would catch something, and I am going to, but we have something important to do here first.
The moment you've been waiting for.
Drip.
There goes our
Wait,
money.
wait, that's only half
You
of
gotta
it.
see it.
That's only half
Yeah.
of it. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since, you know, we're in the world premiere and everything, we have decided, non-arbitrarily, to have the code be removed as a requirement for flexing. Because otherwise it's
Yeah.
not in the same spirit.
Yeah.
You gotta,
Yeah, so
flex
there is a gender difference in this run where if you pick the boy, when you put the shirt on, you don't have a sweater that goes over it, so you don't have to go take it off. But like behind the scenes, you know, as this run has been coming into fruition, it feels a little bit unfair. So we're thinking of implementing a rule called the BLJ, which is boy loses jacket. So this is just something we're thinking about in order to make sure that the playing field is really even for all types of players from all kinds of backgrounds.
Alrighty, our
Alright,
first,
first
flex. Flex on mom.
Take that, mom.
bam!
1.
Destroyed.
Let's
That's
go.
one. 119 to go.
Now we're gonna get a double whammy.
Double?
Here.
What?
2 for 1.
Bam.
The AOE.
3.
And we keep going.
And
Oh,
some more.
Oh,
bam.
5.
I keep counting the whole time.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about what your parameters are for
6.
like what count as a flex?
I can once I'm on Route 1.
Okay.
Too many flexings happening right now.
I have business to do here.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
It's got a
true.
flex everywhere. Oh, here's another. Flex on another bomb.
7.
Bam.
7.
Flex on the house cat.
Skip.
Kitty.
Meow.
8.
Eight.
Everybody post the meow emote in chat, whatever you got available.
9.
cat.
I'll post my favorite meow. Second. Wait. Have it. No.
We're flexing on grandma.
10.
Yeah, Hop's grandma.
I didn't know he had a grandma until yesterday.
Well, he
Happy
doesn't
for
now
her.
because Greta just destroyed her.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Hulu time.
Yes, so we are going to catch a Wooloo. Wooloo gives the highest experience. Well, actually, this one's level 3, so
Yeah,
it's the
well,
worst it can be. If we have more experience, we'll be higher level. Fights ahead will go faster. But also, catching something here lets us skip the catching tutorial with Leon, so we won't have to deal with that.
The less tutorials, the better.
It's so kind of them to let you do that.
Yep. We didn't need a tutorial for flexing, though. We're a natural at it.
Oh yeah.
Prodigy.
Speaking of flexing,
Alright.
watch this.
So-
Aiden.
Watch this.
This one
Charizard's
is-
super powerful.
This one's just Charizard. Who counts?
Okay, so 11.
Okay, 11.
Because those other NPCs, they kind of disappear, and I don't think you can even talk to them. Also, since I made all this up, I can do what I want.
So true.
They're kind of ethereal, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally, my parameters for what counts,
Puppy.
each individual Pokemon, the 2 Wooloo count as 2 different Wooloo, even though they're both Wooloo. So those count as 2, but if it's Nurse Joy, for example, in the Pokemon Center, I only can get her once,
Okay.
even though I'll see another Nurse Joy later. And then any trainer NPCs that are walking around the towns randomly, I do not count them. They have to be stationary in a spot reliably.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the gist of it mostly.
The official rules, they have been divulged.
Yeah, and you can get the 2 for 1 special or the AOE flex. That
The
also
AOE.
works.
If you think 2 for 1 is big, just hold on to your tears. You might not be ready for what's coming.
Right. Sonia
Don't forget.
Well-
Yamper counts too.
and Yamper.
13.
13.
That was one sick puppy.
You know, there's a candy sort of hidden away here, and Sword and Shield runners like to poke fun how there are literally no candy-less runs. Well, I am
Here it
happy
is.
to announce with the world premiere that now we have one. We have a proper speedrun that's candyless. 2 more, bam!
That's
Damn.
17.
This Wooloo's a hater. They just go, man.
True.
They are so
Hater energy.
they're so unimpressed. But whatever.
I think
They still
it's
count.
just pretending, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
21.
it's
Yeah.
just a bit jealous.
acting
Yeah, I
aloof.
was so
Yeah.
jealous.
These women are so happy to see you flex on them.
Yeah. They're
23.
so supportive.
Anyway, Hop, you're safe for now, buddy. You're safe for now. But not for
Yeah, the
long.
problem is we can never get close enough to him before a cutscene
You know?
starts.
Keep that in the back of your mind.
He knows that's strategy. He's just trying to dodge.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So the Rotom here does not count.
Okay.
Get rid of you. All right. Let's get
Joy
her.
is so happy. She's so
24?
glad.
And then
That's why they call
let's
her
get
Nurse
these
Joy.
three together.
True.
27.
Three of them.
Nice.
And then we'll get both of these people.
29.
Yeah, and like
Nice.
the shopkeep, the name raider, they only count once as well.
30.
Her.
Yeah, and look, the actual technique for like getting the flex to work,
More
like you have to
dramas.
spin the stick like decently fast, like to give it kind of like Bowser throws.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So true.
Like a technique to it.
All right, 34.
The similarities keep
3
piling
for
up.
one.
Oh, 3 for
Ooh,
1.
maybe a triple.
I will.
37.
Hi.
Let's get this lady.
This lady turned
38.
around and focused on you.
All right, let's get these two at the same time. They're both looking at me.
40.
Yeah.
And this lady, I don't know if she'll look at me. Maybe she will. There you go.
Yay!
Yeah.
You caught her attention.
21.
She recognizes swag when she sees it.
Real, recognize real.
Yep.
Hop? Okay. You're still safe, buddy.
All right.
But not for long. We'll get you. We'll get you.
Big moment coming up right here. Watch this.
Well, not yet. Well, I have to go in this house first.
Oh, okay. I'm holding on though. I'm getting ready.
These poor elderly couple. I just barged into their house.
42. They've never seen anything cooler. Don't worry.
She's too busy cleaning the dishes. It's fine.
It's fine.
She didn't
She
hear
can
you come
feel
in.
my aura.
That counts.
Yeah.
Here we
She felt
go.
like the wind of you
All right,
spinning.
All right.
The 4 for 1
4
combo.
for 1.
Bam.
47.
Oh, baby.
Huge AoE. And another one for good measure. We're going to the
48.
rep. Alrighty, route 2.
Hop.
Yeah,
Bit of a
That
gauntlet coming
record
up.
just got deleted. Oh my god.
It blipped out of existence. 20 Pokeballs
Yeah,
is
this- I'm
so
gonna-
generous. We don't talk about that enough.
I skipped the tutorial. And everyone's on their way. I'm gonna face my first real foe.
Yeah, so Amber, this is a pretty big trick in the run, actually, and I think I want to throw it to Amber for explaining this one.
Yeah. So this is the first trainer we're gonna fight. His name is Youngster Jake. And so we're going to absolutely destroy Jake right here. So first of all, we're going to get in the battle with Jake, and we're just going to, I think usually 3-shot here. And then he's gonna lose the battle, and then we're going to walk up to him and flex on him. And so that's known as Big Loser Jake, or BLJ for short. So it's a really important trick for this run.
Yeah.
Yep. Wrong place, wrong time, Jake. Sorry, buddy. You're getting
Yeah.
flexed on.
Thanks for the really concise explanation on that one. I haven't been able to pull this one off yet. Like I'm still too new to this game, so
Yeah, it takes a little bit of learning to do. Yeah, and Greta's really good. Like, even though their Grookey was like pretty low attack, still able to pull off this trick really well. So good job.
Yeah, really solid BLJ.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, not done yet. We still gotta
Oh, wait,
do the
yeah,
final
you're
part
right,
of
you're
it.
right.
Yeah, right here.
Quiet time. Bam.
First try.
First try.
Nice,
ooh,
really
I was
good.
holding my breath. I was holding my breath.
49. Well,
Thank you.
You're gonna scoot
I don't
around
hit the
the
Scrovit.
lass and let's go with it.
That Swobit pathing was very unusual.
It was.
Not doing a bit. That was really weird.
Yeah, since we do not fight that last, we're not gonna flex on her because like we didn't earn it, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You didn't BLJ. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, this is the Blipbug that, oh my gosh. Why did it do so much?
Whoa.
They overgrow, at least.
I can take one hit from
Maybe.
Naked.
Oh, well, you're not going to level up. I would heal. Because if you get crit, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you
if it
died
does
of crit.
crit me, I'll die.
You died of crit.
Yeah.
Not a bit. You died of crit.
Backup strats in this run? I thought we were here for jokes.
It's very serious joking.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get flexed on. I'm here to be flexing, so I have to win. Yeah, that Naked is weird because it has quick attack, but sometimes even though it can kill you with quick attack, it'll just like decide not to. So it's really oh, hold on. I almost forgot since he almost stressed me out.
50.
Yeah, and that blip bug is the one that usually struggle bug and lowers your special
Yeah.
attack. So for the other two starters, you are usually not two-shotting that Naked unless you get like a very timely crit or something.
Alrighty, we have met a new character has joined the fray. I don't know, it's like Smash or something. This is the professor. And now that she's here in our life, we're gonna flex on her
Yep.
in a moment.
You call them characters. I call them targets. Flex on them. No one's safe.
And we're pretty experienced in flexing on grannies now at this point.
Yeah,
so.
we got like
Yeah.
6 under the belt
And
or something like that.
granddads.
Unironically.
Yeah.
Bam.
You've flexed on a lot of old people in this
Yeah.
run.
Yeah,
And a lot of
there's
house
old
pets.
people.
Squeak. Bam.
Squeak.
That's 52? Yeah. And then 50. Yeah, I was going to say we are royalty of geriatric flexing for sure. 50. Really trying hard not to lose count, like super hard.
Honestly, you were doing so much of a better job than I would if I was trying.
Hopefully we haven't already messed it up, if possible. But yeah, here is our next rival fight against Hop. So something about this fight that you might not know because it does not happen frequently is you are actually able to lose this fight and still progress the story afterwards. You do not have to win. And so it's actually quite a bit faster for us to lose. So that's what I'm gonna try to do here. It did like no damage, so I don't know if it might take a while.
It's hypothetically faster to lose.
Yeah.
Listen, world premiere. You cannot have the perfect run. You know, we're trying to get more people
Yeah,
to run
you'll
this.
intimidate everyone.
Exactly. We're trying to get more people to run this. You know, we're trying to sell something, right? And it's like, you need buyers. Well, we got to convince them that they can get their world record.
For sure. And I'm going to need this blue to lock in to make that happen. Come on.
Yeah. Also, like, us losing here, this is adding on to the story arc of our run here. Hop is gonna beat us, and we need to get back at him. We have quite the rivalry going on, so, you know, I won the first time, he won this time.
That was a really
It's
nice high
neck and
roll right
neck.
at the end.
Yep.
And, you know, we're just gonna see where the wind takes us regarding our rivalry together.
Yeah, I've been mentioning, you know, Hop's kind of being immune to flexing. Lucy here is just manipulating him to like let his guard down, and then he's not gonna be safe.
Yeah,
Bam.
he thinks he's gotten better than us,
Yeah.
but he has
Every
no
time
idea
we show up,
what's
he goes,
coming.
"Oh, she wants to flex. Plot armor, save me!" Well, destroying that shield.
Like Pokemon Shield, if you will.
True.
Oh,
Whoa.
true. Whoa,
I love that game.
It's pretty cool.
it's pretty all right. I like it. It has Grookey in
Yeah. Oh, he does?
it. Yeah.
What? Whoa, that's a game changer.
Well, I am so glad I'm the person that taught this to you.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
You can now.
You said you've been running this game since release, right? Is that right?
Well, I've been running swords
Yeah,
since release, you
yeah,
know.
exactly.
I have nothing to say about Shield.
Exactly.
All right, so while we're in these cutscenes, just, we can't flex while we're in the cutscene. It's very sad. Something I want to tell you about is, have you noticed this like really, really cute artwork that's in like the top left of the screen during this run? Have you noticed that? She's like talking and moving and stuff.
My face in my hands right now.
So, my dear friend, Izzy Yogkavi, who is here tonight, that just reminded me, May's meme where May's like, and she's here tonight.
Oh my god. And she's here tonighting me. No.
And she's here tonight, everyone.
I drew
Izzy
that.
drew this, yes. And it is my PNG tuber, Lola. And we love her, and we love
Lola.
Izzy. And I just wanted to call that out because I love it.
It was really fun to collaborate on that design. You have a good mind's eye.
Yay!
It is
Tie
delightful. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, we're on our way back.
Yeah, I'm glad you found something to talk about during that cutscene because I wanted to make a BLJ joke about the wishing star and I couldn't make anything work. Just to pull back the curtains a little bit.
Jokes?
Wow.
These BLJs are very
Oh, wait.
serious business. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we-
sorry.
120 flexi, but only 1 star.
So true. Even look. Even the Choodle is shocked.
I don't know.
Even the Choodle was shocked at that. They were like, yeah, only 1 star. It's not true.
Alrighty.
You can run, but you
Now
can't
we are on
hide.
our way.
And here Hop is going to introduce us to the
Yeah,
wonders.
he's running from us. We're chasing him.
He's going to introduce us
trying
to
so
the
hard.
wonders
Like
of
Todd.
public transportation.
Yeah,
Train
we're gonna head
rides.
over.
True.
Trains rides and trans rides both. Yeah, we're gonna head over to the wild area. There's not really many people in the wild area, so we're just gonna kind of run on through there real quick. We have no use for that, so we'll be on our way to a very large town with many targets that we can flex upon.
World tour
It's
continues.
gonna be rapid fire.
So glad you said targets, because if you said people, I was 100% going to be like, you mean targets instead of people?
It's funny you say that. So on the leaderboard, since we have multiple flex runs, it literally is called like flex target. Like who's your target, the target of your flex, and you choose that to go to the right category.
Well, Hitman was earlier on stream.
Yeah,
There's targets in that game. There's targets in this game.
Go
All right,
correct.
3 more. And then let's get the conductor.
That was 3 or there before,
Bam.
so that's 58, 59.
And then these two,
fine,
the
though.
shopkeep does not count because we got the other one.
61.
But those two do.
61 then. All right, we're over halfway.
Yippee!
Yippee!
I got some 07s in the chat for the teleport lady.
Teleport lady. Our
Shout out to the teleport lady.
favorite public service worker in all of Galar.
Truly.
You'll see her work in action in about like 1 minute from now.
Yeah.
She's pivotal to like every Sword and Shield speedrun ever.
Remind me again, Greta, have we flexed on Sonia?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Hop's running away again, so we need
Coward.
to chase after him.
Yeah,
Coward.
Hop heard that we flexed on Sonia, that's why he ran away.
Yeah. There's Hop off in the distance. We have to go get him. Yeah, so I do not have a bike to ride or a bird to fly at this moment. So what I'm gonna do here, so I need to get all the way over there to that big town, as you could probably guess. It's pretty far away. I don't really, my legs kind of hurt after all this flexing and everything.
For sure.
So what I'm gonna do instead is say hi to my friend Diggersby here. And Diggersby is very strong.
Show
Hey, looks it.
powerful.
Very, very
All right, you
strong.
got this.
Let's go, Grookey. All right. Good
All right.
start.
All right.
Start.
Hanging in
Great
there.
setup. Great
Okay.
setup. Oh,
Close.
I mean, it
It
wasn't.
appears we have lost.
Got flexed
Good
on by
news.
Diggersby. Oh my gosh.
This very nice lady who we flexed on earlier can magically teleport us to Motorstone.
07. Woo.
She is so
We're
nice.
here. First, let's get these two
And
guys.
Another
Shout
twofer.
out to Bergmite, Bink.
Bird.
4,
True.
64 as in SM64.
So true.
Whoa.
No relation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of that game before.
Now I noticed you went up those stairs
I haven't, actually.
facing forward. That's unusual, right?
Well, because the stairs are so short, it's actually just like a little bit faster to just run up them forward.
Oh,
But
fair enough. Fair
like,
enough.
Yeah.
That 2 there, 66. Yeah.
2 more.
3.
Let's get these 3.
Bam.
Little Minchino.
1 shy of 70.
Acknowledged.
Does anybody know if Grookey is in Super Mario 64? Nick, any?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, thank you. This is very pivotal information.
Yeah, so now that we're here in the center again, I already got the name raider and Joy and the shopkeepers, so they're not going to count. But there are a few other people in here who have not yet been the victim to our flex. So we got these 2 guys right here.
You ever just stand at a table
Yeah,
5 feet
I
apart?
mean, yeah,
1.
yeah.
I do stand at
Can I get
tables
these 2 at the
sometimes.
same time? Yeah, they're both looking at me. This
counts
counts
for sure.
These 2
Nice.
ladies.
73.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm here for the gym challenge. That's what I'm here to do. Yeah,
You don't need to hit the gym anymore. You're already flexing so much.
that's true.
If you enter the gym challenge, that makes like more people to flex on.
Oh, true. Hard to
True.
fight that logic.
I mean, did you look at Leon in the intro?
Mm-hmm.
He did that. I hope one day we
That
can
could be
flex.
you.
Flex on the whole
We can flex as
stadium.
hard as Leon. Maybe we could even flex on Leon one time.
I sort of see like him as a bit of a mentor character to
Yeah.
the main character.
It's yeah. No, you're cooking with that. Because think of it
Learn
like
from the best. We saw him on TV.
think of it like in universe lore. Gloria was sitting on the couch watching Leon, and Leon flex.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I have found my purpose in life. So she got off the couch and then
Fox
started
on.
flexing on people.
Fox on,
Fox
everyone.
on.
Everyone remember
Okay,
to
let's
Fox on.
These 2. Fox on. It's Monday.
Don't forget to be yourself.
This one.
That's 82, by the way. 82.
All right.
Get these 2.
This guy's having a chuckle.
He's
84.
very funny.
Got something funny here, pal? Serious.
2 more
Get these
beautiful
2.
women.
86.
Let's get this old guy. And hello, Sonia.
Hello, Sonia.
What are you doing here?
Whoa.
Hey, Sonia. What's up? A girl needs a bit of joy in her life too. Are you
True
here
that,
to do some
sister.
showing
So
as well?
true. That's the truest thing I've ever heard.
You should buy an
I'm here to
Arcanine
do some
shirt.
flexing.
Sonia.
But I'm experiencing a lot of joy
Yeah.
doing my flexing.
Sonia did say, you got a BLJ, bring life joy.
Okay, 88, I believe.
Alrighty, so
Hoot hoot.
I mean,
get these 2.
90.
Get these 2. If I can do it. Oh my gosh. I'm hitting
yeah,
the
honestly,
wall.
doing
There
them
we
in
go.
tight speed is like not sometimes can be a little challenging.
Get these 2.
4.
Get this guy.
Shadows is just standing in front of the garbage.
5.
Yeah. Get these 4 for
Look at
one.
Wow.
Growlithe. He's so excited. Because he wearing the Arcanine shirt.
He's like, that's my
Look how happy
dad.
he is.
Yeah. Real recognize real.
Okay, so this lady doesn't count because she doesn't count. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
and then let's get these 3.
It's a routing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
102.
Unoptimal to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just like a single.
102. We're in the triple digits.
Yeah. Okay, this random guy does not count. Just these two guys do.
Okay, 104 then.
This guy's just walking past.
Something good happened. Yeah, all these flexes.
Yeah.
Yes, something good happened. I hit a pole.
Time to flex
Cannot
on the
flex
pole.
on the pole.
Oh, you bonked? You mean you bonked like an SM64?
Yeah, true.
True.
Alright.
Yeah.
Another
You
old
missed-
lady.
You missed the 4-frame window to wall kick off the pole. You just bonked.
These two.
Maybe 108 now.
Oh, hello. Look who it is.
Oh my goodness. It's our mentor.
Yeah.
The master
Our
flexer.
inspiration.
Master flexer.
So, yeah, since he's the master of flexing, we learned everything we know from him. We're like a student and teacher, you know, but sometimes the student surpasses the teacher. And I think we finally done it.
109.
Whoa.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
getting close to the end.
Look at that
Brings a tear to
narrative.
my eye.
We're going upstairs now.
Look at that
We're
narrative.
going into the end game.
Hall of Fame.
We're in go mode.
We're in go mode.
These
This is
two.
true.
111.
Flexing
And
on
these
the
three.
best NPC in the entire game.
Ball guy.
Ball guy. Ball guy.
114.
Ball guy.
Here's Hop yet again.
With plot
We
armor.
face him.
Plot armor yet again. But it's running thin, Chad. It's running thin. I promise.
He left. We couldn't get him just yet.
15. And 16.
Ooh.
Getting close.
4 more flexes.
We're almost there. We're almost to the end. It's been so fun.
I can't
One
believe
of my
it.
I want
favorite
the
tricks
flexing
in the
to
run
end.
Yeah.
is in this room, and I'm so excited.
The
Makes-
guy behind the counter.
Yep. He was there. He was there for us in the lowest of times, in the
Who's that
best of
guy?
times.
I don't know.
You'll find out.
Alrighty. We're here to join the gym challenge so that we can continue our flexing all the way up to the top. And I get to choose my uniform number. So of course.
Naturally. Yeah.
And Leon, and I mean Hop. Leon's younger brother Hop runs away yet again.
Yeah.
Also, hi Marnie.
Hi,
Oh my
Marnie.
gosh.
Hi.
Hi, Marnie.
I'm with-
One,
Pico.
what, 18?
That's 118.
All right,
All
this is
right.
my favorite trick in the run. So that's Bede. And Bede is like super jealous.
Yep.
So we call that a BLJ.
All right.
119.
So we've got 119 flexes. We got one more.
Yeah.
And there's going to be like a couple little cutscenes, but I'm going to start explaining the last trick of the run.
Okay.
And just like XM64, one of the hardest tricks in the run is right near the end. So after this next cutscene coming up, we're going to see if Greta can pull it off and get that final flex.
Also, upon the final flex, once I hit the pose, I hit the peak of the pose, that's when time will end.
Okay.
If I can manage it, you know, it's really a hard part of the run here.
No
Very
pressure,
difficult.
But we will
trick
mercy kill
right
if we
near
have
the
to.
end.
Actually, I noticed Sonya is standing on this like thing. It kind of looks like a carpet to me.
Oh, that is a
Right?
carpet.
Mm.
Right.
I would have to
kinda.
agree.
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like we can. I feel like we
You
can
might want to
maybe
hurry
like
this up.
skip the carpet,
Preemptively.
do like a carpetless strat.
I'm not on the carpet.
Carpetless
Not on the
flex,
carpet,
if you
all
will.
right?
And the hop
Carpetless.
is right here.
Carpetless.
Are you ready for this? You ready for this? And
Time.
Woo!
And we flexed on Hob. We chased him
we got him.
halfway across Galler and his plot armor.
I can't believe
and we
you hit
got him.
carpetless first shot. Oh my
First
god.
try carpetless is wild.
Thank you.
Very difficult trick. Very difficult trick.
So 4 BLJs, carpetless. What else do we have?
We had a little bonk there in the poll, a little bit of time loss, but it's fine. Oh.
I mean, every flex is basically a Bowser throw, so.
True.
True. We got 1 star.
We did.
We did get 1 star.
One.
Yeah. It's a pretty good run. It wasn't a 0-star run. Maybe next time.
I was gonna say, is it safe to assume this is a world record since it's probably the first recorded run of this ever?
I think we can safely
World
say
premiere, world record.
World record.
Yay! I dare anyone to beat this time. 45-52.
But yes, so that was 120 flexes. I hope you enjoyed. It was a whole lot of fun. We surmounted the impossible task. Is surmounted the right word? I don't know.
Yeah.
We completed it, okay? We destroyed all our foes, all our targets, and of course, Hop. So thanks so much for watching. So much fun. Please, if you're interested, you could do this run. You could make your own flex. Make your own flex. Do what makes you happy. I'll add it to the leaderboard for you. I'm a leaderboard mod. I'll add it if you do it.
Yeah.
Make your own BLJ too. We love collecting those.
Yeah. So if you're interested in any of the Switch Pokemon speedruns, you can go over to the speedrun.com page for all of our different leaderboards for these games. Join our Discord. There's a little Discord icon on there. If you want to join, tell me, hey, I just did this really random flex run. Can you please add it to the leaderboard? And I'll be like, yes. And then you'll have a world record run in your own hands.
Yep.
And we can flex on the world together.
And then you can check out other Sword and Shield categories and join us.
Yes. So, yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, this was a joy, a blast. Very fun, very goofy, exactly what I wanted it to be. So thank you so much for putting it, first of all, creating it and then doing it. So yeah, you are all fantastic. For everyone else out there, we are going to take a little bit of a break here as we get set up for run 2. Did want to say thank you to everyone who supports GDQ Hotfix with subs, Prime Gaming sub, gift subs, and bits. Your contributions help keep our show running. So if you enjoyed the stream, consider subscribing for exclusive emotes, ad-free viewing, and access to chat when we do our replays as well. And if you can't sub, sharing the stream with friends is another great way to show your support. So we appreciate it. But we are going to take a little bit of a break here, so feel free to get up, stretch, find the nearest person in your house and do a little circle, and then put your finger in the air, and then come back, because we have some more runs as a part of Awfully Silly tonight. See you soon.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Awfully Silly. If you're just tuning in, we're doing something completely different. We've never done this on Awfully Silly before, which is that we are taking games that are highly regarded or popular, but we're featuring silly and goofy categories of those games. We kicked it off with Pokemon Sword and Shield, where we did 120 flexes. That's right, we flexed on 120 different people in Pokemon in the first few rounds of the game, and it was a blast. And this next one is going to be a blast as well. Wanted to remind everybody as well, we mentioned it in the commentary in the last run, but Summer Games Done Quick 2025 is coming up right around the corner. It's going to be live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, July 6th through the 13th. So if you're interested in attending, make sure to register for the event. You're going to need to do that by May 26th. So that's coming up pretty soon. Use the command !SGDQ in Twitch chat or visit gamesdonequick.com for some more information about that. Looking forward to seeing you there because I will be there as well. Also, as well, if you are interested in catching up on past Hotfix shows, special events, GDQ marathons, you name it, head on over to youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube at some point in the future from when I'm saying it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads and other speedruns. We appreciate it. Without further ado, we're going to be diving into Hollow Knight coming up next. One of the most popular, most beloved games. Everyone loves it. It's an incredible Metroidvania of all time. Certainly not awful or silly in nature, except if you're running a category that's called Ghostbusters, which is what Quadopine is about to be doing here. So Quadopine, show us who we're going to call. All right?
Thank you, Conception. Hello. I'm Quado, also known as Quadopine, and yeah, I'm thrilled to present some Hollow Knight content. Hollow Knight, of course, is a super popular Metroidvania, especially now with like Silk Song on the horizon, hopefully. And yeah, we're going to be busting some ghosts. I have my lovely co-commentator, May, with me. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I am Insomnia, or May, as you'll often hear me referred to throughout the run. And I am not a Ghostbusters runner, but I've seen Quado grinding, suffering, and so we're here to share that suffering with you.
Woo!
Awesome.
Suffering.
Yeah, I'll just get the run started and then explain what this category is about. So, yep. 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Nearly selected Steel Soul. That would have been concerning.
That would have been quite bad since we are doing an intentional death in this run. But yeah, this category is called Ghostbusters. In this category, we're going around all of Hello Nest, and we are killing the NPC ghosts specifically. If you've played Hollow Knight, you probably remember there's Dream Warriors, like Zero, Markov, Gorb. Renailing those ghosts will activate a boss fight. We don't care about those ones. We care about the ones that like Marissa or Revik. They give you lore, and they're pretty passive for the most part. But we are killing all of them in this category, since we are the Ghostbusters. That is our job. We are employed here today in Hello Nest. But yeah.
Yeah, I like how, with the exception of Revik, we only kill the ghosts that don't fight back.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
like
there
the
is a
punching
single
down
ghost.
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
A single ghost that
on
poses
that.
a threat, yeah.
I was like, it seems like we're purposely targeting the inoffensive.
We really are. Some people have their favorite ghosts that they hate to see killed, such as Marissa. So running this category does get a bit of hate in the community. But it's part of the fun.
Killing Marissa's great. Killing my boy Poggy Thorax, on the other hand,
Yeah, not allowed. I do love how there's a ghost called Poggy Thorax.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great name.
I saw his name and I'm like, yep, this one's my favorite. For less versed Hollow Knight players or people that haven't played Hollow Knight at all, 1, play Hollow Knight. 2, so to explain everything, the little masks in the top left of the screen, there are hit points. We start with 5 and we'll finish this run with 5. We have then the little circle soul meter. Currently it's full now. Thank you for showing that off. Each nail swing, which is our little melee attack, will fill 1/9 of it, and then you spend 1/3 to cast a spell or heal. And then the little number and the little rocks that we've been picking up, there are geo. So at the moment we have 52, and we're going to be spending 50 of that to open up a stag station, which is like the fast travel points in a second, and most enemies, and then some of those geo rocks will give us geo, as well as there's geo chests and an NPC who buys relics in exchange for geo. And so we'll be managing that throughout the run as we need to make a few purchases.
Yep. So basically every Hollow Knight category starts with going through the first area, Forgotten Crossroads, and picking up the Vengeful Spirit spell. We're going to be doing the same thing here. Minor detour to pick up the Crossroads stag here, which we'll be using later.
Yep, so this start of the run is kind of just a bit of downtime. It's pretty slow, just a lot of walking, but eventually we'll get a dash ability, which will speed things up quite considerably. But yeah, this is on our way to get our first spell, and then, as I mentioned, that's where we'll start using our soul to do damage rather than just healing. And its spells are really good in this game. So for context, our nail, which is again the melee attack, does 5 damage per swing, and then without any upgrades, straight away, Fireball, our first spell, which in-game is called the Vengeful Spirit, does 15. So you can see how that's already a huge increase in damage. And then on certain enemies, you can even get double or triple hits. So you could be doing 6 or 9 times nail swings damage just with one cast.
And what's funny about this category?
Intentionally there. Oh, sorry. We just leave False Knight through a dev intended shortcut. And as you were saying.
Yeah. So our spell here that we're picking up just now, Vengeful Spirit spell. It's our only spell we get this category. Basically our only source of damage, and we're going to be doing a lot of like difficult boss fights that have a lot of HP to get through. So they're going to be pretty difficult, pretty lengthy boss fights. But in my opinion, they are super fun, and they're part of this category's charm for sure.
Yeah, it's very entertaining as a viewer, even as like someone that's quite proficient at the game. Seeing these fights done with such low equipment at such a high level is really entertaining. And we're coming up now to the first boulder of the run. These are the gambling of the early game. So it can spit either this orange goop or a little one of those roly boulders that you can see on screen now. We need it to spit one of the roly ones, because the big one takes 4 casts to die, and we can only do 3 casts with a full soul meter. So we got on the 3rd try there, I think, which is okay, not great. It's a 50-50, so it was a statistically bad, but it can be much, much worse. It can be like 20 spits and you just lose 30 seconds, which is very funny.
Yeah, shout outs to Nebula, who got a new 112% world record yesterday. And I think he got a 10 spit. It was something like really unlucky like that, yeah.
One of the boulders of all time. It might be the most boulder spits in any world record the game's had.
I would 100% believe that, yeah.
That is wild.
Something I'll explain real quick. Yeah, as we go into Green Path here. Hollow Knight FPS is like quite an important part of speedrunning. So there's 2 different like types of FPS. There's your physics frames, which is set at 50 for this game. And there are graphic frames, which are like determined by like whatever you cap it to, or like your PC's like performance. And we're gonna be actually playing around with our graphics frame per second in this run. For the start of this run, for the first, I would say 20 minutes or so, I'm gonna be running at 144, which is what it's tied to, since we have VSync on, and my monitor is also 144. And what a lower FPS does for us is makes some knockback specific skips, like shade skips, easier, since you get more knockback at lower FPS. Also affects flying enemies like Vengeflies. They go slower at lower FPS. And there's a specific trick we're going to use in this run. We're going to use it 3 times throughout the run, called Slope Ball. And that trick is only consistent at 50 FPS, 50 graphics FPS rather. So it matches your physics frames per second. And then later on, I'm going to be going back to 250 FPS, just for like some room cycles, basically. But yeah, it's quite a like advanced, I guess, part of Hollow Knight speedrunning that we're still discovering more niches with.
Yeah, in fact, we very recently discovered that the exact number of FPS matters a lot for things like how many ticks of multi-hit moves hit, which is, so if it ends in a 4 or 9, you get better chances of enemies not iframing your attacks and stuff like that.
Wow.
FPS
yeah, that's really funny.
is just incredibly important in Hollow Knight. Some runs you want to have like as high an FPS as possible. Some you want to have 50. Some you want to have 250. Some you want to have 300. Some you want to have 120. Which is for such a like simple looking game, it can mean that Hollow Knight ends up being extremely pay to win in some categories, which is pretty funny. Thankfully, at least the game runs quite well on the latest patch of the game, so most people can get 250, 300 FPS, which is kind of enough for everything. But on some of the older patches, it can be a real struggle to get the FPS you need for some tricks, so you have to do different, possibly harder versions. It is a very interestingly made game, that's for sure. But we just got our first dash ability there, which is really important. It's going to speed our movement up a ton, and is always going to be basically the first ability that speedrunners get as soon as they can. It's just so good. So we took a stag there in Green Path, and as you saw there, we can now stag back to Crossroads, the one we unlocked earlier, so you can see how much time that saves. Normally we would do a quit out because that takes us to our last bench or hard save, but in this case, for this route, because we'll be back later, it's better to just get the stag station like that. Now we're fighting Brusmother, and you can see again just how much the fireball helps with combat. You can do a nail into a fireball as well, which is called a nail cancel, and it just lets you do a nail and fireball quicker than you would otherwise normally be able to, just further boosting our DPS, which is why, again, just having a spell is so good. And really nice cleanup there. One can just survive and fly straight up, and then it starts to get really slow and really annoying. So to get it clean in 2 fireballs like that is always the goal. And buying Shaman Stone here.
Yeah, before that, in Green Path, we actually did something that basically no other category does, which is sitting at Green Path stag bench. Every other category, once the A-mount hard save, you automatically get when you pick up your first spell, Vengeful Spirit. But this category is a bit unique, as in within Hollow Knight speedrun kind of landscape, I guess. So I need to focus. Oh, let me see if I can back this fireball up.
Wow. Really cool.
Yeah, so that was training shade skip. We got a shade file, which is about a 1 in 5. Pretty unlucky, but fortunately I managed to back it up. Only lost like 3 seconds or so. And we are now going to pick up Dream now, which is basically our extermination tool.
Yeah, that shade skip that you did is really hard because you did 0 fireball, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that is a relatively recent development, even for true ending. Previously, we would use fireballs to stall out as well, but my quote doesn't need fireballs, so it's easy.
Every time.
But yeah, we sagged directly from Green Path to Crossroads right after the cloak because we're picking up Dream Mail actually before Deplore, which is not often that category does that. It's kind of confined to like stuff like All Whispering Roots and Trending, where you want to be picking up Essence as soon as possible. Same with this route, we want to be killing our ghosts as soon as possible, so it really helps to have Dream Mail before we pick up Claw. Oops.
Until you do that. But also, I appreciate listing All Whispering Roots before True Ending. It's nice of you to list them in terms of how good the category is.
Hey, it's
Ghostbusters, AWR, and then True Ending.
That's a predominant meme category runner. I gotta hype them up. Gotta advertise them.
Please, that's what this whole episode's about. These fun meme categories of these beloved games.
Exactly, and this one is like really unique. Yeah.
Yeah, Ghostbusters has got to be one of the better memes that's both a funny concept / name while also being like really technical and fun and having a lot of unique movement and fights in that, so it feels properly like a meme. I think Hollow Knight has one of the bigger category extension communities for most games as well. There are so many like meme runs that people actively run.
I actually realized this a couple of days ago. This category visits every main area in the game apart from Crystal Peak. I might be wrong about that, but I think it's actually no waterways either. But yeah, basically every
Palace.
Oh, I guess Palace too.
If you ignore all the areas you don't go to, though, it does go to all of them.
That's a crazy stat.
That is so true. Wow.
But yeah, we're really going all over the map here in this category because the ghosts are very like badly placed. They're very inconvenient to get. There's one especially, which we'll get to later, that we spend probably half the run prepping for. Just that one ghost, which was our last ghost actually.
Do you not get who now?
Oh no, we don't. We need 200 essence exactly. It's open glade, and there's a very convenient 200 essence pickup later in deepness, which we'll see in a few minutes or so. But yeah, we're going through fungal waste now. Yep. Oops.
Ooh.
Hopefully I don't mess
what
up
I was
again.
trying to do here is an explosion pogo. Ooh. So on old patches, you used to be able to pogo the explosion itself, but on this game, on this patch, we need to pogo the spore, and so we need to do this very precisely timed dash and then a fireball stall to curve the trajectory of the spore, and quite a getting it there, thankfully.
You can tell I've been running the other patch because I'm quite rusty with that one. Yeah. But we do get it.
Yeah, it's significantly easier on the other patch, even when you do fire pogo, which on paper it looks very similar, but the added precision needed to pogo the spore instead of the explosion is just enough to really tank the success rate. And just picking up our wall jump ability there and doing a specific set of movement in that room to be able to pogo straight up after hitting the lever, which is quite tight, but it's something we do in basically every category, so most runners are pretty comfortable with it.
So most categories will quit out after getting Mana Spore. This category does not. We continue on into Deepness. Deepness has a lot we need, namely Trampass. Trampass is allows for another use, I guess another form of fast travel through the use of tramps. And an area called the Hive is only accessible with Trampass, so we need it because there is a ghost in the Hive we need to exterminate.
Yep, and Trampass being rando players' favorite form of horizontal movement.
Shoutouts to the randomizer for this game. It is so much fun.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm not biased. And then just some cycle-based movement here. We can't really get past these Garpedes much quicker. We can take damage, but then you're still waiting for cycles.
Yeah, there's a fun cycle you can do there where you take 2 damage, but since I'm 3 HP, I did not want to risk it.
Oh, look at you being sensible.
Yeah, no, that dying there is probably about 3 minutes time loss, so don't really want to be taking risks. Okay, we have some dark rooms coming up.
Great. Alright, so yeah, since we don't have the lantern, our view range in these rooms is greatly reduced. Thankfully, these rooms aren't too bad. You can, kind of expect to just take that 1 damage there, but as long as you don't hit spikes, you're fine. And then this climb here, I actually really like when that doesn't happen. It's mostly just remembering how many wall jumps to do on each side. But do we do dark climb up to QG?
Not anymore. We used to, though, for this category.
No. Yeah, I know that was the thing that made me go, never mind, I'm not running this.
Okay, so we have the Galeon boss fight here. Galeon's just very well placed in this category because he gives exactly 200 essence, which is how much we need. And he is really close to Trampas. So we pick him up on the way to Trampas here. Take a bit of damage,
Yeah,
but
and going,
not too bad. Yep.
and going this way through Dark Deep Nest is both easier Galeon access, and it's also faster than going the light way. So we would go this way regardless, but then Galeon's right there. So yeah, he's just the perfect placement. And then a little more dark room here. Again, it's mostly just remembering how many wall jumps to do and then not messing up that spike pogo. And then some nice movement here to Trampas. This shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I will not do the risky pogo here, since I'm 1 HP.
Which is a shame though, because that pogo is really cool.
I know, it's so cool, but oh well. So there's our Trampas. Gonna quit out back to our hot springs and head to the right. We're gonna be doing a couple chores in Basin as we head over to Hive here. Really making use of the lower tram.
Yep. Yeah, the trams are really nice. They also come with a bench inside all of them, so we can use it to update where our save quit will take us to, which is useful especially for doing the Hive later. Trams are also the only way that we can access the Hive, so it doubles as a very limited fast travel, but also the utility of having access to one of our Dream Warriors. And, sorry, Ghosts, not Dream Warriors.
We did a
Hive
fun
is rough.
cycle there. Oh yeah, Hive is rough. There's a tech in this game called Inventory Knockbacks. I just did one there to hit a nice cycle in that Garpy room. I might do some hair in this arena coming up.
Yep, and we're just going to talk to an NPC here after we kill these enemies. This just makes her appear later on so we can talk to a ghost. This is actually a missable ghost. If you don't save her before you fight Trader Lord, then she doesn't die, and instead she wanders off into the unknown, and we miss her ghost.
So that was Cloth.
Not allowed for this run.
Sadly, we don't actually see her. The trigger for her being saved happens as soon as the ground starts rustling, so we quit out as soon as that happens. But the split, so I know she's saved. All right, here we're doing setting FPS to 50, doing a trick called slope ball, which I mentioned earlier. This one's quite precise. Hopefully I hit it. This allows us to skip the C-dash ability. Nice.
Nice. Yes, that one's really important. If you weren't able to do the slope ball, you'd have to instead do a shade skip, which requires extra equipment and time. But thankfully we don't have to worry about that. And now we're going through here to get the double jump ability, the Monarch Wings.
Oh, we are not actually. But that's a funny thing about this. Yeah, so usually you come here for the double jump ability. However, the reason we're here is just for the simple key, and then we're gonna leave. Getting double jump ability would be really nice, but the boss fight is quite long. It's just not worth it. But the simple key is worth it. We'll be using that later to get into the pleasure house.
I'm spreading so much information.
No, I wish we were getting wings, but that's another funny thing about this category is the wings bait.
If you just do wall cling storage and airwalk jumps, it's just like you've got wings and it doesn't even lose time. The run might not get accepted, but that's just because it's just big verifier trying to keep you down.
Exactly.
Right. And Hive is very much not designed for us to have no wings, which is why we have to do an enemy pogo even to get up here. And you'll see throughout a bit we have to do some awkward movement just to make it through the rooms, especially quickly. So a background object pogo there, and then a nice little trans dash there. So how trans dashes work is you can wall jump during a dash and it'll preserve some of your horizontal movement but mirrored, and so it can help get us out from underneath ledges that are just above the wall that we're jumping off of, which is really nice. It's used in a few places throughout the game, and that's one of the cooler ones. Ooh, big B. Okay, so those big guys, when they're charging, do 2 damage, so thankfully not running into any issues there, or we can quickly find ourselves in a health situation. And then this room can also be quite unfortunate, depending on if they break some of the platforms. Right, making it through really quickly there. And
A little scary, but yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Easy from a quote. Yeah.
Okay, now we have a boss
This
fight.
is Hive Night. Yeah, we have B-Rain to start, which isn't too bad. It's a nice way to top up on soul, get a heal. But yeah, this fight is quite difficult. We're going to be trying to get some double hits with Fireball where we can. And just trying to, avoid getting hit as much as possible. Yeah, there's the double hit. That's really nice. Hive Knight takes a lot of knockback, so we can actually kind of use that to control where he goes and to minimize the effect of some of the attacks. Right, really nice. That Scream attack that causes the B-Rain is a nice chance to do damage, but it then can complicate things when the bees start coming down. Hopefully not having to forego too much DPS avoiding them, which we haven't so far, and still staying pretty healthy. Once we get down to kind of 1 or 2 health, then we're going to have to start playing a little more conservatively, especially given marathon context, but pretty nice so far. Easy. Okay. Alright. Sometimes when he dies during that attack, the bees will still come down. Thankfully that didn't happen here because it can kind of catch you off guard. And then we're just leaving and reloading the room, which lets the ghost spawn, which is the first one of the run.
Yep, this is Vespa. She's the queen of the hive, I believe. And that's our first run.
And a little
first ghost.
scooter.
Yeah. And if you know her, immediately quit out. Sadly, we do not care about the lore here. We have a job, and we're not stopping to care about their stories they have to tell.
And we don't get me when I see my friend with blood. Shoutouts to Scotty.
Indeed. All right, so we're going to be taking more advantage of that lower tram, heading into King's Edge here. Just for one reason alone. We need the King's Brand. So we're going to be doing another difficult boss fight, which is Hornet again. Before that, I'm going to be doing a pretty hard Aspid Pogo skip to skip the use of wings here.
Yeah, and Clutto going to make it much harder than it normally would be as well, because he's going to be bullying the Aspid around, trying to get it to get into place faster, which removes a lot of the safety of the trick in exchange for speed, which isn't great if you mess it up, but it looks really cool if you get it right, so no pressure.
Yeah.
Right, and yeah, making use of these side slashes here, and then an up slat.
Cool. Missed the last pogo, but it's okay. Just wait a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, so Quado had the presence of mind there to bail before doing the pogo, because if he killed it and didn't make it up, then he would have been in a world of
It
time
is
loss.
really bad if you kill that Aspid and don't make it up, yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna be grabbing
I've seen
that safety
lose
bench as
a
well.
couple of runs there.
Yeah. This boss is pretty hard, and I might die. And I don't want to respawn at Tram if I die.
Yeah, and this boss is a hard save, so it doesn't matter that we take the safety bench because we're going to respawn here afterwards anyway, so it's a nice little safety for not that much time loss, and it's kind of a no-brainer in contexts like this. And similar to Hive Knight, we're going to be looking for double hits where we can get them here. We want to be playing around her stagger count, but she does have ways of stopping it incrementing, which leads to it basically resetting, which is namely the kneel throw. But when she's in midair, especially doing like the threat attack and then doing dashes like that, we can get double hits. Double hits have a spacing element to them, so they're going to be way less consistent right in her face. But from that kind of third screen distance, it's generally more consistent to get double hits. That one was just short, I think. But yeah, Quado so far having a good fight, nothing great.
Solid, yeah.
That's not true. Yeah, it's solid. The bosses, again, in this category are very hard, but because we do so little damage, it means that any double hits we can get speed the fight up quite appreciably. So it's one of those ones where like that fight looked really good, felt really good, and then you might just lose 10 seconds because you didn't get as many doubles as you did in PB sort of thing. But,
I see. I was going to say, I was impressed. I was like, that looked awesome.
No, that was actually a really good fight. That saved time to my
Okay,
PB,
good.
so yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, heck yeah, that's great.
I was going to say, during that fight, we got a bug that used to be considered a major glitch. We got something called Flaunt It. She was trying to jump, and she was actually stuck on the ground for a bit there, which was really funny. It happens maybe 5% of the time. It's kind of hard to take advantage of. You generally do not want it. But it was a funny little glitch there that luckily does not make this run illegal in the no major glitches category.
Yeah. Part of the NMG rule set is just like, how do we ban obviously major glitches, but without also just like ruining 20% of runs because the game's held together with duct tape and you might just get a major glitch. Which is really great. You should look up the Walkling storage rule set sometime if you have some spare time. And just getting back, like we said, the Hornet 2 is a hard save, which means we do have to walk out here, but it's nicely wrapped us around into right side of City of Tears. City to access is kind of hard to come by, and it is significantly better to have right side access, just because that gives us access to left side easily, whereas if you only have access to left side, you have to do a skip or you have to do a skip to get to left side, to right side. So coming in from the right is much better. And we're killing Gorgeous Husk here, which gives a nice amount of geo for us. Quite a
we actually only need,
there, so it's another.
We only need 300 in total here, so I'm actually 200 over what we need. But yeah, really nice geo source there. A lot of categories use Gorgeous Husk. And for this category specifically, really conveniently placed as it's right next to Pleasure House, which is where we're using that symbol key we got earlier. And there's two ghosts here we are going to exterminate. This one is a fan favorite, Marissa. She's the one we are singing in City of Tears, and she is gone. Second ghost of the run. And we have our third one here, really close by. This one's Boggy Thorax. Doesn't have as many defenders, but yeah.
Incredible name.
I might
That's a great name, yeah.
Thorax Defender.
No, I'm a fan of Boggy Thorax, based on name alone.
Let's go.
Boggy Thorax has like 2 fans, it's you two.
Yeah, exactly.
At 0 fans, you have all died.
So after our Pleasure House visit, heading towards Basin again. This time going into the Abyss, now that we have the King's Brand, which is the key for unlocking the Abyss. There aren't any ghosts in the Abyss, but we need the Shea Cloak later on, which is the ability you get in the Abyss.
Yep. And really clean corridor there. Those flying guys can be a bit of a pain. It's not as bad when we don't have C-Dash and we aren't just YOLOing it, but still not ideal. If we do get hit, it can quickly kind of snowball. And this drop's pretty cool.
Sadly,
Yeah,
I
on all
haven't
the
found a fun
patches.
drop for this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, gonna look pretty boring
On this
with the
patch.
abilities I have, but yeah.
Yeah.
Upcoming, we have something called Sibling Climb. Pretty tough area actually. If I die, I respawn in Kingdom's Edge, so that would be really unideal. The enemies here deal 2 hearts of damage, so I can only take 2 before the third one would kill me.
Which is
Wings,
part of why.
lack of wings really hurts for this climb specifically. I'm going to be trying to pogo these siblings to get up a little bit faster.
And thankfully, we didn't take any damage earlier, just because having an odd amount of health, being at full health, does give us that extra hit to play with. Otherwise, we would have been 1 hit away from death there, which makes you play much more carefully. And
Yeah.
ironically, playing more carefully can kind of be a bad thing, just because it gives more chance for a lot more of the siblings to catch up, and then there's just this giant mass of death chasing you.
Yep. So, climbed up that just fine. Lit the lighthouse, which allows us to get through and pick up the Shea Cloak. We're going to be skipping this cutscene with a saving quit. The hard save that happens as soon as you hit that pool of void. Doing a Dreamnail early control trick there. Saves a bit of time.
And we're gonna get to see one of the best rooms in the game, but done without wings.
Yep. So Abyss Climb, super popular IL in the Hollow Knight community. Usually done with wings. This time we don't have wings, but it's still like really interesting without wings.
Yeah, the movement through that room, coming up, obviously, not the one we just went through, that was just dashing through water, is really cool. It's one of the most popular movement ILs on the speedrun.com for the game, despite just being like climbing through one room and the others are like Path of Pain, just because it all flows together really nicely. The vertical movement in Hollow Knight is, in my opinion, its strong suit as well, because you're not as gated as much by like dash cooldowns, and you can see them blending things like wall jumps, regular jumps, pogos on enemies and spikes, and just everything flowing together really nicely. Generally, he is preferring to do wall jumps rather than landing and jumping, just because it minimizes the amount of time we're moving down. And then pausing here to turn to 50 FPS to do another slope ball, which he nails first time because he's the GOAT. And we're going to go to another stag.
Yeah. So that was a really clean Abyss Climb, followed by the easiest slope ball in the game. That one anyone can do. It's just one jump in a specific spot. With Shaman, it's even easier. And now we're just using this stag as a way out of this. It's just really close by. That slope ball skips the use of wings again.
You don't have to say how easy it is. You can just say it's like really
Oh yeah,
hard.
that was actually really
It's
difficult.
So difficult. Yeah.
Compared to the other two, that
sweating.
one is very easy. All right, so now
Would
it
you
is
say
time.
the third one's the hardest?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, now we're going to be using our 200 essence we got earlier to open Spirit's Glade in Resting Grounds here. This is a source of basically like 80%, I would say, 70% of the NPC ghosts. However, there's someone defending them with Revik. So Revik's going to be trying to kill us as we go through all of Glade, remailing all the friendly ghosts here. So we're going to be trying to dodge Revik's attacks. If you parry at the right time, you get a brief pause with the attacks, which allows us to get in more Dream Nails.
Yep, really nice parries here. Doing them as you're falling, just because it makes it a bit easier. And yeah, really nice. So what you got there was a fake parry, where you got like the noise and the freeze frames, but it didn't actually hit Revik through the parry, and so he doesn't have the delayed spawn time. So it can be really easy to get clipped if you're not paying attention. Ooh, okay, lock in.
Yeah, sadly Rabbit does 2 damage, so not 1 HP. Oof.
And that was another fake out there, unfortunately. Identified it well though. And another tricky thing is the ghosts.
Oh.
If you
Right at the end, sadly.
press up or down to interact, it will talk to them, but you're trying to upslash Revik to parry him. And so if you mess up, you can end up trying to talk to a ghost when you're trying to parry Revik, and then you just get hit, and it feels a bit silly. But thankfully, Revik isn't aggressive until we start dream nailing ghosts again. Just trying to do a little shortcut here, which we'd normally do when we're going to the idol. But it's quite hard. Make use of those trans dashes.
You can tell I am rusty at this.
Yeah. I mean, it's normally a backup in this category, so it makes sense.
This wall jump is really, really kicking my ass right now.
So we need to...
There you go. Nice. Very nice.
All right, now don't fall down. Yeah, nice. So
Okay,
we need to
that would've
be
been awful.
low enough on the wall there that we still make it out even with the added horizontal
I'm not
movement.
gonna lie, I actually have no idea where my shade is right now.
Left.
I'm gonna guess left. Would be nice to get it so we don't have the... Oh, there we go. Alright, sadly we died at the very last ghost. That was a little tragic. Just messed up my shake look timing. But yeah. That's all the ghosts done. We're gonna go one last visit back to finish off Revik, who we can now dream now.
Beautiful.
Put at peace.
Yeah, Revik isn't passive again until we reload the room, which is why we have to do this. We can't just go back to its little bit. But that means we're now done with Glade, which is kind of scary. So it's nice to have that behind us. I say kind of scary because I think it's scary, and then Ghostbusters runners tell me I'm just a fraud. But,
I think my dad's
boy.
fair. It is quite scary, yeah. Gonna get the easiest ghost in the game now. This one is simply some dirt mouth. Starting area of the game. Called Gravedigger.
in his youth, the G was silent.
Okay. Now we have some tricky parts of the run here. I'm going to be taking our beloved Shaman Stone off. It's going to help with our third and final slope ball of the run. And then it's going to be followed by one of the hardest dark rooms in the game, actually, which is Joni's dark room, which we're going to have to get through in order to kill the ghost Joni.
Yeah, I think it's probably second hardest in the game, but like those two are a significant chunk above the rest.
Yep.
So seeing it done in a run is always very impressive. All right, and our third slope ball here, standing on the edge of the chest. Ooh, nice. Yeah, really clean there. It is rough if you run out of soul. You get kind of your 3 attempts, and then you're just cooked if you don't get it on
Luckily,
the first 3.
if I miss that one, I could just go back down to the boulder, go the long way around. But yeah, really nice to get first try. That one is actually really unique. I don't know if any other category currently does that one. So it's nice to show off.
Yeah, and the movement
Very,
in
very
that
cool.
room there was really cool. One of the
Yeah, it
only ones that Pogo a Geo Rock on the ceiling to
Ooh.
the movement. and just resetting the room here. Just this
fairly balanced
line
spikes.
of the flying enemy positions and reset the ones that have like spawned in and stuff. Unfortunately, you can't kill them, reload the room, and then come back because it does respawn Vengeflies. But as long as we don't go getting hit a bunch of times,
really struggling. Wow.
We can, for the most part, just reset the room, heal, try again. Good thing they're talking about how hard this is.
True.
You're just proving my point. It's not that you were struggling, it's that you just wanted everyone to see me get one call right. Right, and this is kind of out of the woods. Once you make it to the bottom right side of that room, and now we're going to be dream nailing the ghost here, which is Joni. We're not going to be bothering. Oh, we have to pick up the charm.
Yeah, the charm is forced. Yeah. There we go. That's our third to last ghost in the game. Now we're going to be heading to UG with the use of Shake Look. And that's going to be our last area of the game. Going to be claiming our last 2 ghosts of the run.
In QG, similar to Hive, is another late game area that expects us to have much more gear, so that's going to be a bit more challenging. Wait, how did Ghostbusters used to do Reverse Dark Deep Nest when we had Shade Cloak?
It was just the order of when we did things, basically.
So we did Deep Nest and Hive really late, I guess?
Yeah. You did Hive with Shake Low, actually.
Kazi.
Yeah, it was quite different. City was also very different. I would say the current route I'm doing for this category is likely not optimal. I would guess that Dash Master is optimal, given how much horizontal movement is required. And we don't have C-Dash.
Overcharming with...
Yeah,
Shaman.
you would overcharm Dash Master, but that just makes the run even scarier, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Hornet 2 and Hive overcharmed. Ugh. I guess you could take it off for the Hive section, but then it feels bad.
There's QG. Had a nice cycle in that Fog Canyon room as well. Bonnie was on a better patch. So here's Cloth, who we saved earlier.
I didn't know she spawns there.
Yeah, if you save her in Basin and go there, she does greet you there.
The more you know. I think the only time I have saved Cloth since my casual playthrough has been in Rando, so I just haven't seen it. Right, and unfortunately Petras on this patch have 45 health, and with Shaman our Fireball does 20 damage, so we did have to do one little nail charm at the end there. Nail hit, not nail charm even. And getting our second last ghost here.
That is Caleb.
It's kind of 2 ghosts.
Yeah. Apparently they're having an argument since they lost, so we're gonna settle that argument for them.
Classic argument resolution.
Also, a really nice bench there as well, next to corner for her. That means if we die to Trey Lord, we're not going to respawn all the way back in Green Path.
A little nice.
Yeah. Coming up is one of the... I would say it's probably the hardest arena in the game, like, apart from like Colosseums, which is second arena in Queen's Gardens.
Yeah, I think it's like this, Big Gap, King's Vessel Fragment, something like that.
Yeah.
And then probably Petra Arena. And yeah, these big guys have a lot of health, and as mentioned, those Petras needing 2 Fireball hits and a nail hit to kill, which makes this arena quite a bit harder on current patch compared to older patches where they have 40 health, just because we have to be budgeting and positioning around the Petras a lot more. Thankfully, getting a lot of doubles here, and it can be quite often that you only get 1 tick of the Fireball and then you have to do an extra 4 nail swings. And another double. Yeah, this is going really well.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, that
wild.
was really nice.
It take a lot of damage, but apart from that, yeah, really solid doubles. Doubles on all 4 Petras, I believe. Yep.
Yeah.
Quite nice. And there will be
when you're
healing
doing
opportunities
this-
later on as well. Yep.
In practice, you got nowhere near 4 doubles. Like, it's not common to get all 4.
Yeah.
Opening the ground block for the fun of it there.
Well, if I die,
Coming
it's
back from Cornelius.
much less truck back. Yeah. All right. Final boss fight coming up.
Here we go.
Alright. Trader Lord is another boss that received a significant buff on this patch. Well, on 1.3, so compared to later patches. On older patches, he's basically just a big one of those. But on this, he does double damage, has more health, and has an extra attack. Thankfully, they have cloth to help here. She'll just jump around and occasionally hit Trader Lord with her club, which will do 30 damage, and then she'll come in to do the finishing blow. Really nice screen skip there, and just keeping the pressure up. Trader Lord will mainly alternate between the dash and the jump attack. It can only do the same run twice in a row, because then after it does it twice, it has to do a different attack. And then it has that step back shockwave attack, which can catch you if you try to heal or anything. But we're not about that life, and thankfully, okay. So the body contact only does 1 damage, whereas getting hit by an attack does 2. So it's actually kind of okay that we got hit by the body contact, just because getting hit by the double then gave us 1 health instead of death.
Okay.
Now we need to be really careful. Nice.
That was a little scary at the end
a little
because
bit.
I panicked.
Yeah.
Went for the kill.
I was
yeah.
sweating too. Dang.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
There we go. Cloth will die. We're going to refresh the room, treadmill her, and then that will be time. There we go.
really clean run.
Thank you. There we go. That is time. GG.
Wow. Oh my goodness. What an incredible run.
It is really unique for as far as Hollow Knight categories go. A lot of
Unique
low
and
and boss
very
fights.
difficult.
A lot of unique movement, yeah. It's very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. I was blown away just by the sheer, this is a show that features a lot of like zany and wacky stuff, right? But I found myself just getting mesmerized by the movement and the tech and everything. Oh my gosh. Incredible job. Well done. Anything, would you guys like to shout out anything or give some plugs or anything like that?
So big shout out to Quacksilver, who got me into Hollow Knight meme speedrunning in the first place. Her recommendation is the reason I'm here on the show. She kind of pioneered this category as well. Yeah. Do you have anyone, May?
Yeah, big. Just a +1 for the Quack shout out. And if you like this run or you want to learn the game itself, the speedrunning server is a great place to do that. The community is massive, and basically whatever you want to run, Ghostbusters included, there will be a pretty big community around that. But yeah, apart from that, thank you, Quado, for inviting me to Yap. And
Yeah, cool. Thanks for joining me, May.
My pleasure.
Well done again all around. I feel like we did some sufficient ghost busting there. Feeling pretty good, feeling pretty safe. So thank you for bringing us that sense of comfort as well.
Of course.
For everybody out there, we are going to take one final break before our last game of the evening. So feel free to get up, stretch, check all your rooms for ghosts. And if they're not harmful, that's when you take them out. And we'll see you here in a few short moments. All right, everybody, welcome back to Awfully Silly. If you're just joining us, we're doing something brand new to the Awfully Silly universe today, which is that we're featuring games that are beloved or popular but the categories of those games are going to be silly or goofy in nature. We had Pokemon where we flexed on 120 different people. We had Hollow Knight where we defeated every non-violent ghost apparently that we could find. And now we're going to be kicking it off with another beloved game. But before we do that, I wanted to remind everyone of a few things. So number one, prize submissions are open for SGDQ 2025. So feel free to visit gamesdonequick.com for some more information on how to submit those if you're interested. We also have a couple of events coming up that I'm excited about. First of all, Back in a Flash's summer speedrunning celebration, which is Juneteenth, is coming to you live on the GDQ channel from June 19th through the 22nd. You can type !Juneteenth in the chat for the full schedule, or visit gdq.gg/BAF to learn how you can join the Back in a Flash community. And finally, we have Flame Fatales 2025 is also coming up. So Flame Fatales, which is GDQ's all women and femme speedrunning community, is preparing for its next event, which is going to be Flame Fatales. Speedrun and showcase submissions are going to be open from May 23rd through June 1st. So they're coming up right around the corner. Type !FF in the chat for more information, and join the Discord as well to stay up to date with all things Flame Fatales. Without further ado, one of the most beloved games of all time, one of the most popular speedruns of all time as well, is Celeste. And we're going to be having some fun with Celeste in a category that's maybe not as popular and definitely a little bit goofy, which is going to be called Visible Red Berries, or as well, we'll get more into what that means exactly with Geriatric taking over and running for us. So, Carrie, the floor is yours. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Conception. God, it's this social media sweep over here.
I know. We got to get Elena up in here.
We do. We gotta get the.
You know she's awake. Here. You know she's awake.
I'm aware. She is definitely awake right now.
It will be for several hours. Yeah. Hi, Elena.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me, Conception. I am Carrie Geriatric, and I am running Celeste. And this is a category that goes beyond the category extensions. This is an unofficial category extension called Visible Red Berries. And I saw some people in the chat asking, what does Visible Red Berries mean? Basically, what's going to be happening is I'm going to be playing... I'm going to go through a trip through the mountain. And
that's a good start.
Any berries that I see on the screen, I have to collect them. That's it. That's the entire idea. We do have one thing where you play the B-sides in order to try to avoid seeing as many berries as possible. But ideally, we won't be doing that too much. And with me, I have someone who knows a thing or two about Celeste. I have Average Imposter. Dave, hello.
Hello, I'm Average Imposter, or most people call me Dave, kind of like what Carrie just said. And I make YouTube videos on Celeste any percent usually, so obviously this is going to be so different. I don't know what Visible Red Berries is going to be in the slightest. It surely won't follow the same route as any percent the whole way through. But I'm very excited to be working with Carrie on this, and hope you guys will enjoy the run.
All right. Well, we got a lot of silly stuff in advance for you. We'll talk a bit more about the ideas behind the run and what makes a lot of things silly. But are y'all ready?
I have never been more ready in my life.
Dave, are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! All right, so we're going to start.
Yippee.
We are going to start off the same. We're going to start off in prologue. Nothing silly here happens in prologue except just a lot of little bunny hops. Every bunny hop here saves 2 frames, so we're just going to try to hop as much as possible.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no berries here, but we'll get to them very quickly. You'll see once we get into city.
It would be really silly if I died in prologue. That would be silly.
That would be something.
Okay, I was almost clickbait for a second, but then I managed to avoid it.
You had the setup and everything. Come on.
I was ready.
I was ready to get fooled. I really was.
You know what would be really funny if I just made Madeline explode right in this instance.
Yeah.
All right, so we have our classic Forsaken City, and we're going to start collecting berries. So basically, any screen that has a visible berry on it, I am going to collect those berries. I do not need to necessarily go into any other rooms. It is not what berries are hidden in the are visible in the game or are otherwise a secret. It is literally what is on the screen when I am on the screen. So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so berries have the fun property in Celeste where if you die with one and you haven't collected it, then it will kind of run away from you and you won't have technically collected it. So hopefully we won't see Carrie die with the berry in hand because that would just be really sad. And there's no guarantee that we'll be going back to those berries, so they'll be lost to the wind.
We're gonna collect this one for safety and try to get this little strat. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Wow. Thankfully, city is pretty much just the any % route, so you don't have to do anything super out of the way. Oh, that's a shame. All right, well...
berry's not in the route.
That berry... well, I guess we'll have to go this way then. So...
Yes. So berries aren't always in the way. Sometimes you'll see that berries are kind of caught in the same section of the room, but there's no way to access it from that room that you're currently in.
It's gonna be good.
So we'll go back, we'll get it, and you'll see that coming into this room. The berry's blue. Yes, it's there. Ignore it. It doesn't exist. If it's not red, then we don't care.
Exactly. So, yeah, you got to be a little bit aware of how a lot of rooms connect to each other in the game and how you're going to get the berries from one room to the other. In that particular instance, you just got to go a little bit to the left and get that one. There's another funny instance of that in Resort. If you blink, you won't. If you're not paying attention, you won't see it.
It is very quick, yeah.
So in this particular run, the category extension started off as just get to complete Summit, but I'm going to complete Core, which has some berries in it as well. So I'm going to need some hearts, and we're going to collect this heart over here, which is up here. All right, awesome. Well, I have that now.
Yeah, so like Carrie said, we're gonna need 4. I don't know if she said that we need 4 hearts, but we need 4 hearts per core, and the B sides are gonna be able to cover 2 of them, assuming that we do 5B and 6B, which in this case we have something else planned.
Exactly.
So
Dave, do you
2A will be the other.
Do you hear anything?
Hear what?
I don't know. I feel like I have like some kind of ringing in my ear.
Very ethereal.
Ethereal? Are you sure? I mean, Carrie sounds ethereal. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, maybe that's what I'm referring to. Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta just double. I gotta double check something.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I see.
All right, we're good.
All right,
now.
we're good now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. I had to do that. So yeah, that's just a funny little thing that you can do. If you are able to escape a screen after you have activated a heart, that will keep ringing until you die.
And the funny part is you can stack them. As you saw, Carrie didn't actually collect the heart, so you can just keep doing the same thing she did at the beginning over and over.
It's true.
And you get to hear more of that pleasant ethereal sound if you so wish.
I think the most I did at one point was 5. It becomes very THX, it's annoying. Exactly. All right. Well, sight overall is not too different. A lot of these berries are located in the battle and intervention screen. That's the last one of this particular route. We are going to get through intervention and do a wake, and there will be nothing left for us to do.
So far, no berries lost. You're doing great.
Thank you. If I lose one, I'm going to blame you.
I would never comms curse anybody.
This is true. I've never seen it happen. All right. Well, we got to make up for lost time, so I got to do some Task Awake.
Oh, Task Awake. Here we go. I don't think that's Task Awake.
No, this is fine. This is optimal.
Yeah.
What?
No frames lost. No frames lost.
Okay, you got 1 corner boost. I think you might be on a roll here.
Dave, respectfully, what do you know about
That's a great question. I ask myself that sometimes. You don't want to look at the reviews that I get on my scripts sometimes. It makes me question a lot.
All right, so we are in Resort. Resort has a lot of scattered berries. You could say they are scattered and lost of sorts.
Oh.
I'm sorry. See, you talk about bad scripts. Get this girl off the stage.
See, I didn't even know you were gonna make that joke. So can you call it scripted?
I didn't know I was going to make it either until it happened.
Wow. True improv being on display here.
We're memers.
Actual comedy genius. So far we're gonna be pretty okay for most of Resort here. A lot of just the standard movement. I wouldn't call it death standard, but we'll live with it for now.
Have you seen most of my speedruns? I think that's pretty standard, actually.
I'll give you a limit to the amount of deaths you can take next time.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Thank you.
Those berries.
All right, we gotta get that, and then this little berry, because this berry is noticeable from the key. So if you don't get that one, you fail the category.
I mean, you could just reload into start and get it, but at that point, there's the shame that you carry with you for missing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a moral failing.
Nice. Into huge mess. So since this is an ARB-like category, you will be seeing the ARB routing. Again, we're trying to get that extra heart so that we can go into correlator. So you'll see that instead of doing the regular any % stuff, we're going to be going to the right first.
Yes, I'm gonna be, so the any % route is usually not that. That's usually not a part of it. Chests, books, towels. So bottom, top, right. But for a lot of ARB categories, you go towels, books, chests. So you go right to top to bottom. Hopefully I'm correct.
Yes.
It is midnight over here and I am tired and confused.
Yeah. No, you got that one right. You're
Sick.
You're doing good. Good shape.
All right, so we're gonna get this little heart right here. Oh, I missed. Shame. All right, well, I'll go back and get it.
Oh, there you go. Nothing backing up.
Oh, well, that's convenient. So,
That works for fun.
kind of similar to Bub's Drop in Resort, the game doesn't expect you to re-enter the room with the heart from that previous room. So if you enter that room, and die, whether it's by a retry or a save and quit, Madeline will just warp right into books. And it's super convenient for ARB routes, anything that basically requires a heart. It is not faster for any %. Please do not think that it is faster for any %. It is still not faster for any %.
Yeah, absolutely not. No, just the time it takes to get back to the heart, you're killing all of that time when you just be doing the other route. So, yeah, don't do it.
Okay, well.
I mean, you also could do it. Like any run is technically an any % run, if you really think about it. Because it's any %.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay,
sick.
I just want to make everyone happy,
You've made me happy. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
I'll
for
take
having
it.
me on and showcasing
I'll
this very
take it.
ridiculous category.
No, thank you for showcasing this very ridiculous category.
So if you got every berry, but you submitted it to any %, would that still count as any %?
I think-
Just ignore 4 for a second.
I should collect this berry. Hold on. I will answer you after I collect this berry because I realize I made a bad
Yeah,
mistake.
please collect.
Okay. None of my controls wanted to work there. Good. All right.
And that's unfortunate.
But here's the thing. We have to do this without, we have to do the demo here without taking the checkpoint underneath. Because if you take the checkpoint underneath, there's a berry there. And so you would have to collect it. So the fast route requires you to do basically a non-checkpoint demo dash there through the dust bunnies.
And now we're in a presidential suite.
Thank you, Oshiro.
which hopefully Oshiro won't give us that many problems. The fact that there's a couple of berries that we do have to collect here means that Oshiro's going to get in our way sometimes. But, you know, Carrie's good at this game.
I am?
Yes, absolutely.
I hope
you are.
so. Do you see what's going on the screen right now?
I would never comms curse anybody.
Never.
That has been said. I have heard that.
Many are saying this.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more in this room right here. We're gonna take this room a little bit safe. Get out of my way.
Oh, wow.
I never doubt
that.
I doubted. I'm gonna be honest. I doubted a little bit, actually.
You can say it now. Yeah, it's safe.
I doubted a little bit. I was not confident about that.
It's situational awareness, you know? Just...
All right. Well, that's a good start. All right, so we're gonna move on to Ridge. Ridge has a lot of strats in it, but it's pretty normal. I would like to think for what you usually see in at least compared to like an all red berries run. I think that like Ridge in terms of like all red berries is one of the most strat heavy chapters there is. Shout outs to Bye-Bye and like Ryunata for like really breaking that chapter wide open. But the visible red berries, it's not that bad. It's pretty relaxing.
Yeah, especially when you get into Shrine, it's just a maze of rooms that, you know, just trying to find the most optimal route around them is it can be a lot. So, not to say that this would be the and you saw that heart had a pulse, not heart, strawberry had a pulse, but we're ignoring that. It doesn't exist because we can't see it.
We can't see the berries. We can't.
Yes, exactly. Which I don't know if I agree with, but that's fine.
It's fine. It's an unofficial category extensions leaderboard. You could probably it's fine. All right. So we need another heart. We're not going to play Mario today. I'm just going to climb up the
first try too.
Yeah, that was pretty swag actually.
That's not usually the easiest thing, trying to get those 2 wall kicks to get around there.
And I haven't played All Red Berries since like 2022. So that's just good muscle memory right there.
And now we got C-Pop, which he's just going to glide past. And, you know, it looks very impressive. And we're not even going to talk about it because you just did it in like 0.02 seconds.
Subpixels. that is all. That's all you need to know. Subpixels.
Subpixels, and don't do the alternative strat, which is Chat Ultra. Just don't even think about it. If you care about your sanity in this game.
All right, we have one little heart over here. Heart? Dave. Now you have me doing it.
I'm impressionable. What can I say?
You're such an influencer. All right, we're gonna get this berry, and then we're gonna do a strat here called Second Block List. Nice.
Ooh, twice paused.
Wow.
Nice.
That was
really
all
cool.
the pauses that I needed. Basically, there's an auto scroller on that side, on the left side of the room, but we don't need it. We do need this berry though.
Awesome. Wow. Super clean. Yeah, usually you, for that other strat, you would, for where she did a second block list, you would, I don't want to say typically do it without pausing, but it's possible to do it without pausing and it can save some time. But another one of those strats that, yeah, if you get like 2,000 hours in the game, then, oh no.
It's okay. At least I died to that bubble, like in the room that the berry is in.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We didn't lose it. I didn't have to backtrack for a berry. I cannot get this room today. I have been practicing all day and I cannot get this room. Haunted.
It's okay. That's the last of your worries.
Yeah, there's like
it has
no
been a
other,
spooky day.
It's smooth sailing from here.
been a spooky day. We had some tech stuff going on. It's been spooky. We're gonna blame today for that.
Ghosts.
Yeah, ghosts.
True, ghosts.
We didn't get we didn't bust all of the ghosts.
Yeah, apparently not. Just all the Hollow Knight ones, but every other game has ghosts too, right?
Yeah, I mean Oshiro's a ghost, so we got ghosts here.
Yeah, that counts.
Oh,
that counts.
Is Battling a ghost? Would you consider Battling a ghost?
I would say she's a spirit, but I don't think that's functionally that different. She doesn't feel ghost-like.
Are there any experts in chat?
We need to perform a seance right now. All right, so like 30 minutes ago, I would have played 5B. However, we found another option here to be better. Because it should
Not faster, to be clear.
Yeah, it's not faster, but it is sillier. It is still a technical route of all of visible red berries. But we felt it would be in the spirit of the show to showcase something about 5A. How you could potentially route around this concept of visible red berries.
So if you really hate 5B, then you can still do all visible berries. Same thing with any percent. So no reason not to get into it.
So, wow, that was so much speed. I am struggling. Help. I just didn't know what to do. Do you understand how long it's been since I've messed this up in that way?
Yeah. There you go.
Please,
Beauty.
Carrie, I'm begging you. You gotta. All right, we're gonna do a little strat here called Archimedes. I messed up.
Is that the name of the strat?
That is the name of the strat, Archimedes. We are doing an upwards crouch dash into the bubble in order to raise the bubble a little bit, and then we are basically skipping the key door. Now, here's a silly part about Archimedes as a strat. The original name for Archimedes was called Hamlet Skip because it was double bubble. There were two bubbles in that room, so it was double bubble, toil and trouble. That's from Macbeth.
Yeah, I was just gonna be like, wait a second. Wait 1 second.
So Hamlet. So now it's Archimedes.
No.
I didn't know I needed that.
I get it.
It's one of my favorite lores.
I get it because you skip Hamlet, you don't read it at all, and then you just go right to Macbeth instead.
Exactly.
I get it. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Just watch The Lion King. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing, actually. You're not wrong. All right, do I remember how to play 5A, actually?
Oh, you did all the Theo practice, but yeah, did you
I
actually
didn't play anything else, actually. It's fine.
It's okay. There's still no visible berries here. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
I don't think.
There's a berry behind there,
exist.
but it's not visible.
Again. Oh, whatever.
Listen, you and I are going to get this on an actual category extensions leaderboard.
True.
Yes.
We're gonna make LM Jax's life a nightmare.
I'm his roommate for SGDQ. His life is already a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
As it should be.
All right, so we're about to do a strat here. If you enter search, this checkpoint, you technically have to get 3 berries. However, we are going to skip 2 of them by doing a strat called Bingo Drop. And that is doing Bubs Drop in that room so that you can go to that bubble. And now we're gonna go down here. And what this does...
There we go.
Oops. So, we're gonna get this Seeker. The reason it's called Bingo Drop, to the best of my knowledge, is that this can provide a few objectives for if you play Celeste Lockout Bingo, such as I assume getting a key, possible Seeker kills, stuff of that nature. But by going up this particular area where the key is, you don't see any of the 2 berries that are over on the right-hand side of this room. So you save
Yep, just saving a little bit of time and headache there, yeah.
Yeah, so you save a little you skip a lot of hub movement in this particular checkpoint.
And we still get a little taste of Bub's drop too, which is always nice.
Exactly.
I haven't signed my soul away to chamber boost just yet.
Yet.
Yeah, it's the operative word, yeah.
I will forever be a proponent of Bub's drop. You will remove Bub's drop from my cold, dead hands. Oops. All right, so...
But Theo movement, I guess, is gone, yeah. Here we go.
So we have this area called Rescue. This is our little escort mission here with Theo, who's trapped in a crystal. There is a lot of really fun movement that you can do in this for all red berries. It genuinely, all red berries, like, I am not a big fan of Theo gameplay. So yeah. I'm not a big fan of Theo gameplay or Seekers. But can you see why?
Hey, don't pin your blame on Theo, all right? We know the enemy here.
Now you're just showing off.
That's right.
What was I saying? There's a lot of really cool movement with this particular checkpoint in all red berries. I really like it. It really makes this checkpoint very enjoyable.
All right, just a couple of rooms left in 5A here, and I think we have no other berries to worry about.
Nope.
So
once you get the one,
just battle with the Seeker.
Once you get in the last one in Rescue, you're good for a whole other chapter, actually.
Oh, wow.
Come on. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. That is not a good 5A, but that's okay.
Beautiful.
We had to do a detour.
Good.
So we're going to be moving on into Reflection, and despite my gaslighting of a friend 4 years ago, there are no berries in Reflection. This is a situation where I will be doing 6B in order to get a heart. 6B is technically faster than doing 6A, as we have learned over the years through Celeste speedruns. Getting the heart in the B side still unlocks progress to the next chapter. So 6B and 5B are faster at any percent. I'm honestly just still used to playing 6B, so I'm going to play 6B. And it also gets me a heart, which will be the last one I need for core.
I'll also say that the keyword is operatively, or like, it is faster than 6A. That being said, 6B is a very high level in Celeste. So again, if you're interested in this category, you don't have to run 6B. It would just mean that you have to get your heart from elsewhere, which in this case, you could get from 5B instead, which I'd highly recommend learning over 6B for 99% of players.
Yeah, I would say so too. Please save your sanity. Do not get into the 6B grind. 6A is actually a really good chapter.
It's so much fun. It is such an enjoyable chapter, like at every skill level, as easy as you want to take it.
All right, can I get a little nonsensical?
We love a little nonsensical.
Oh no!
I could have been nonsensical there.
That was pretty close, actually. You got the speed and everything.
You know what it was? I had not gotten it at all today. Like, not even like the speed at the start, so I just wasn't ready.
You weren't prepped.
I just wasn't ready.
Surprised you.
Yeah, I gamed too hard. I gamed too close to the sun. All right.
You're good at running it live.
6B.
Yeah, so this is where things get a little complicated, despite it being not having any red bears to worry about. Just because, I mean, do you see how many spikes are around? It's not gonna get any. It's not gonna reduce in quantity anytime soon.
No, I did not think I was gonna end up on that, Kevin. I love being pleasantly surprised.
And this is also one of the few levels where you get to see some interesting tech that that's not part of. But later in the level, that you'll get to see a couple of cool things that the rest of, even like in any percent, you don't really get to see.
What do you mean? I was just manipulating the bumper RNG. Clearly.
Oh, the RNG, right?
Yeah.
It's bumpers are a Tasser's favorite friend.
Exactly. Everybody loves bumpers
Bumpers and seekers.
and feathers.
And Theo.
And feathers. And Theo.
I'm starting to wonder if we actually enjoy this game.
Always a good question.
Are we the problem?
Are we the-
Every speedrunner faces that conundrum. It's like, do I like this anymore?
Am I out of touch? No, it's Maddie Thorson who is wrong.
I guess we did start the run with gaslighting people about 2A, so I don't know what that says about us.
Okay, but consider that was funny.
True.
For the bit.
Listen, Conception knows if I am nothing if not committed to a bit.
Oh yeah, you have to be in our positions.
Gotta be. It was required, actually.
Yeah, it's part of the interview process.
It was. I did die.
I did see that. I did notice.
I did that in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I did one a long time ago. A friend of mine was playing Celeste casually. So this wasn't a joke. I actually did this. A friend was playing Celeste casually and beat Reflection. And they were like, there's no berries in there, right? And I'm like, well, there is one. There's a secret berry that you get if you don't fight Battling.
No.
Oh, so cruel.
If you don't fight back, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Especially because there's there's the heart room, and then there's like that one mirror room where you get like that extra cutscene that you can just completely miss. That is definitely not the key to finding that last berry.
I only let the joke last for like 30 seconds because I think I was like, I can't in good faith like let you go through this right now.
No, that would be cruel. That'd be like an elementary school joke that you pass around the playground. Just press these buttons.
Oh, let's go. I love that
Nice.
strat. Hey, David, that up dash you don't like.
What do you want me to say to that?
Good job? Could I get some respect here?
Maybe. You're almost.
Ah,
If I start giving you props, you'll take more deaths. I don't think I can do that.
you would think I would
Honestly.
learn the backup to this room, like, after 6,000 hours of playing Celeste, but no.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you because I don't play 6B because I like maintaining my sanity.
Well, la-di-da. All right, we're out of here.
All right, we're gonna see that awesome, great mechanic here.
No, because I unbound stuff while we were chatting for 3 hours today, so I forgot to put it back
Oh, tragic. No multi-boost.
in. Yeah,
That's fine.
there's a multi-boost you can do in that room. It's not too hard if you know like what you're doing, but
Yeah, essentially, it's just it's a piece of tech that allows you to fly off of a moving block at a really high speed, and in this case, it would allow you to preserve a dash to not hit the Kevin and get
where
out.
were you going?
She had a mind of her own at that point.
She did.
She
Wait, she did
was
it
just living.
again.
She's out
Hey,
here
whoa.
living, vibing.
All right.
I'm behind Carrie, smacking the controller as she's trying to get through the room.
This is why you don't run 6B. There we go. Now we're good.
Yippee, we got 3 rooms left.
We do. If you want to see what a Celeste multi-boost looks like, watch my Denny % run from SGDQ 2024. I do one like literally 3 seconds into the run.
Oh, that's so true. Great plug.
Great run too.
What are you, social media manager or something?
No, that's Elena, but
Yeah.
I'll steal the Valor tonight.
Quick, she's not looking. Steal her valor.
Ooh,
Oh no.
there we go. Yeah, 548,
nice.
not a good time, but that's all right. We're having fun.
Viable for any percent. Yeah.
18 deaths, 6B.
That's 6B, yeah.
6p.
To show you how, like, for reference in how volatile 6B can be, I did get like a 425 earlier today, which is like 10 seconds off of my PB. So like you can just get like a really good time or a really bad time.
That's honestly a good time. Yeah, just in general, any percent. Like that's where you start getting to like viable 6B times. But any more than that, then yeah, you're it's kind of like just go play 6A. You'll have more fun, I promise.
6A is good. 6A is good. We like 6A. It's safe.
It's safe. All right, one berry.
One belly in 0 meters. Gonna have a smattering of berries here in 500 meters. We're gonna grab this one here and just go back. Usually in all red berries, you keep going to the left because there are a few more berries that way. In stuff like all hearts, all chapters, 100%, not all chapters, but like all hearts and, well, actually, no, all chapters would also count because you would need the hearts for 8C. But in a lot of those, you also need to go that way to collect the gems in this chapter. I really would like to have this berry collected for reasons.
You're fine. You're about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like, I will be very careful here as I stared directly into spikes.
Summon is definitely, it is collectible central. Like
It is.
You spend a lot of time, especially on your first playthrough, trying to find all of the berries and all of the gems and everything.
And then in 1,000 meters here for visible red berries, we just play any percent. There is nothing to collect here.
Oh, you're so right. I didn't even process that.
Yeah,
Wow.
you just don't get a single thing here. Also, you can do
this
that.
terrible strat, which I don't accept. Yeah. I will not acknowledge. I mean, I just did acknowledge, but
I don't even know
I'll
what
push it on my memory.
I don't even know
tonight.
what the frame window on that demo is. It's tight.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you hit it, so it's fine.
It's fine.
It worked this time.
Yeah.
Nice little demo there that
From
saves
here, we're gonna get a little bit.
only 0.3 seconds. Ooh. We do want to be careful that we don't fall into the pit there because there's some berries down there.
We're gonna get some cool movement. Don't blink. Oh.
Nope, it's fine.
Okay, you can blink.
No, hold on. We'll just redo that. Hold on. We did. It's fine.
It's going to be worth it.
There we go.
That's
Nice. Well, it's not over yet.
it. No. Okay.
Now we got it.
Oh, okay.
Secured
Okay,
the
fair
berry.
enough.
Yeah.
I got it. You got to play it safe at that point.
There we go. And we are going to see a little bit of a deviation from the any percent route in just a moment here.
Oh,
About
yeah.
2 rooms from here.
Oh my God, Madeline, please. Oh my God, Madeline, please.
That last one keeps trolling you.
Yeah, it's giving you a run for your money. Oh my
I'm going
God.
back in. There we go. Good Lord.
There it is.
Good Lord. Yeah, so there's a berry down there, which would slow us down. So we actually take the intended route, and it saves about 1.5 seconds.
Nice, and that's a wrap. Hopefully. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Yes, it
There
is.
we go. All right. Beautiful.
No 7B gaming. Celeste speedrunners are afraid to implement 7B because of its difficulty.
True. Oh. Actually, there's a lot of
You know?
annoying berries to get in 2K. Also, I don't know how you collected that.
I choose not to ask questions when Celeste is on my side. You know, now that I think about it, Maradon might have a point. If we're collecting berries, 7B could potentially be faster.
Oh,
If
all right.
you're like,
All that means is that we need more people to run the category.
Yeah.
And then we get it on the leaderboard.
it would be close, I think. I think you would have to play at a really high top, like a really top level time to make 7B faster. We're just thinking of 3K.
This is one of the few berries that, like, even intended is like really difficult to hit. Probably spend like an hour trying to get that berry on your first playthrough.
And you get a heart. Oh my god. This is going to revolutionize the category, actually.
Wow. All right, everyone start picking up VRB.
Everybody play Celeste right now.
Yeah. First of all,
You in
just play
chat.
Celeste. It's a good game. Just play the game.
You should play the game.
I'm pretty notoriously terrible at 2D platformers, and I played Celeste because it's a really good game.
I thought when you were saying we're doing heart typically that 7B was going to be involved. Now I'm upset I didn't.
We should have labbed it more. What were we thinking?
I wasn't thinking. I don't usually think.
And look at how good it's doing for you.
Yeah. I'm doing great. Oh, this strat. I did not practice this strat nearly enough. I don't think I'm going to get it. Neither of them, actually. I dashed when I meant to jump. I think I need to go to bed.
Oh, wow, it is 115. That's a... Oh, you're not even going to try? All right.
No.
Fair enough.
Well,
So there is a way to get this left berry without doing the intended route, but it's a little trickier because the wall is a little lower up on the through the transition.
yeah, it's a little tricky. I'm also fresh off of PAX East, so I have that like post-con tired. So
Yeah, you're running on fumes. I appreciate you.
yeah, no, I appreciate
Sticking it out for me.
PAX was fun. It was great. Shout out to anybody who I
PAX, yeah.
saw there.
All right, no more berries in 2500, so just got to make it out of here.
I did a jump when I didn't need to do a jump, and I was very scared. All right.
I was gonna say there was like no possible way to comms curse that part.
No, surely not. All right, 3,000 meters. Bunch of lovely berries in here for us.
Yum, yum, yum.
Actually, we will get to see a lot of like not traditional routing because all the berries are just in your face for the most part.
Oop.
Or I guess the routing's the same, but you're gonna have to move around the room a little bit differently. Like over here.
Wow. Wait, I can definitely do this.
I did try this once because I made the same exact mistake when I was testing out
we
the.
can totally do this. That was an awesome ceiling pop.
C-pop.
There we go. Yay.
That's what I call gaming.
No berries lost.
No berries lost. My God.
Except for the ones we don't care about.
I feel like I used up all of my aura at the very start with the heart joke. And this is my comeuppance for this.
Your hubris.
Yes. That's all right. I'm a modded speedrunner. I'm not supposed to be good at Vanilla Celeste anymore. I'm retired.
Here, we gotta keep the VRB alive.
I'm trying.
What do you mean?
I don't know if anyone's going to play it now.
Skip 18, hit 17.
I went for it. I went for it.
Almost had it. Would have got back the aura points you just lost.
All right. Well, all right. I tried. There is a skip that you can do there that has a 5 out of 6 chance of being a 1 frame. And sometimes I can just hit it.
That's so silly. That's such a silly probability to hit it.
Yep.
I used to, when it was found, I was running this game on the Nintendo Switch, and I got it 4 times in a row.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah. I started getting
So
a
you
big
convinced
ego boost
yourself.
out of that one.
Yeah. You're just built different.
Evidently, it's viable.
We have someone who, in the community, MKC, who did make a setup that I think makes it a 2 frame. But it is still just ultimately faster to take that area. Intended. Okay.
Nice.
We do skip the Cloudberry because it is not seen on screen. I did not expect that cloud to work.
Oh,
You ever just have
That was
bad
pretty close.
you ever just have bad depth perception?
Yes.
I don't think there's any depth to this game.
You are
it's all height.
technically correct, and I'm not happy about that. That
only goes up from
Hold
here.
on.
Oh, that would have been crazy if you somehow reset that up like that.
I'm going for all of like
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm going for all of the big strats now. There we go.
Oh, that should work. Yeah.
That's the fun one. It's all about we're just showing off the cool stuff. Okay. Now we just get to the summit.
No more berries. And I'm glad you're not carrying one this time.
Same. we were in a voice call for about 4 hours, and I definitely brought that last berry with me all the way through flag 1, and Dave was sweating it.
I was like, so you're gonna go back for it, right?
I was like, no.
You're going to go back for it, right?
You're gonna leave the people waiting on that one berry.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Anakin Skywalker meme. So you're gonna get it, right?
Nice, but we're not done yet.
All right. We are not done yet. We will have one more. We'll have one more chapter for this.
Woo!
That's fine. We were having fun. Chat, did you have fun?
Oh, yeah, chat's having fun.
Good.
How do you not have fun?
How can you not have fun with Celeste? Oh God, I'm now realizing we could have done another bit. I could have gotten the wrong amount of hearts.
I mean, I think that was the plan before, but then going back for the heart was like a lot of time.
All right, so core has the mechanic of taking away your dashes as you use them. So when you land on the ground, you don't get your dash refreshed. You have to use the either a room transition or the dash refreshes. So, and then also we have the hot and cold mechanics. There's only 2 berries that we're gonna get here. One was to the right of all of those the left of all the fireballs initially. And I do love ice skip in core, but alas. See if I
Yeah,
can.
it's not necessary in this category. Should have just gone through the room transition accidentally just to show it off.
Could have. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm not allowed. I was not allowed in this room, I guess.
No, denied. Access denied.
Umper said no.
Nice. I think we've only got 1 berry
We
left
do.
that we got to worry about later on in the level.
A couple of core hypers there. At least I still got that muscle memory down.
It's really interesting, core, just because you see so many mechanics added that you didn't see throughout the entirety of Celeste. So it throws a lot of people for a loop and gets a little bit controversial when you call it your favorite chapter.
It does, actually.
Oh my god.
Improv, baby.
That was crazy. Okay. That's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Madeline is still alive. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
We are going to do
No
some
issues.
swag for the very last berry. Lava and the ice walls in this game have hitboxes, which mean that if you're a gamer, you can just wall bounce off of them. And that's how you can
Nice.
get that berry nice and quick.
And please collect.
I
Yeah.
will.
Sorry, got ahead of myself. That was. Oh.
That is a non-believer. So
We were on a call for hours. You blame me?
So we technically, this is kind of an arbitrary decision at the end of the day.
Oh no. That's gonna mess with the cycle a little bit.
It'll be fine.
I have faith.
Yeah, we're good.
I
We're good.
believe. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Kind of an arbitrary decision at the end of the day. Like, can I finish this sentence, please?
It really does not want you to. Yeah, the game.
With Celeste, in all red berries, we made the decision that, you know, when the verifiers made the decision that all red berries doesn't end when you've collected the final berry. Like, still complete core. Because honestly, just collecting the final berry and then returning to map and saying GG was just kind of anticlimactic. And the final heart is just kind of like not that far away anyway. So kind of treating it the same here with this very legitimate version of visible red berries. Very legitimate run.
Very.
Very.
I mean, you collected all the visible berries. I don't know. It's not
I
legit.
did.
I haven't
I was
seen him miss
very
one.
concerned that I wasn't going to get I was going to lose 4 of them.
Yeah, this is like a pretty good core time too.
It's not bad.
I think I don't play core.
No, it's fine.
I don't do tutorials on core. I don't know anything about it.
And time.
Nice. Yippee.
And that is a very bit-filled run of visible red berries.
Yay! I love bits.
I love bits.
I love
take-
Celeste.
And you didn't miss a single one. I'm very impressed.
I'm very proud of myself through all of that. We literally 3 minutes before we went live, we're just like, do we want to do 5A? What if we also did this thing with the heart? Like, we changed a lot of stuff at the last second.
Yeah.
I love
We did it for the
chaos.
silly. We did it for your show.
I appreciate it. Trust me, I do. It feels like I'm seen, you know?
You are seen. But yeah, that's visible red berries. We do have a document of all of the unofficial category extensions. I believe it's located in the category extensions section of Celeste on speedrun.com. You can check out a lot of different stuff that we have there, like 160% speed or true pure any percent, and many other categories as well. Go check out a lot of Celeste speedruns. They're all really, really cool. And some of them very, very silly.
Yes, even better. Yeah, any other plugs or shout outs? Yeah, I want to make sure everyone gets their time. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, you can follow me at twitch.tv/Carrarium. I'm not doing a lot of Celeste at the moment. I'm in fact playing a lot of Super Mario World fan games at the moment. So not a lot of Celeste going on, but just as silly of platforming going on over there. So feel free to check me out over there if you're interested. We are just as silly over there as we are here.
Yep. And you could find me at twitch.tv/average-imposter, and the same thing with YouTube. I make tutorials. I was doing some speedrun tutorials, and I'm still doing them, but I've moved on to some map making tutorials that I'm hoping can help with getting some people get their foot in the door with mapping. So if you're interested in any of that and learning a little bit about Celeste, then join on in.
Right. Well, there you have it. All of these fun categories of these incredible games, some categories you might not have seen before, even if you had seen speedruns of games before. I hope you very much enjoyed it. They were silly, they were fun. We had bits, we had comedy. I just had a great time, and we got to show some really quality games too, in some silly categories. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you happen to have missed out on our Hotfix shows tonight, stay tuned for a replay. That's going to start pretty soon after this. So we'll have Perilous Paths, and then Awfully Silly immediately after that. There's just going to be a little bit of a break in between. And make sure you tune in tomorrow for even more Hotfix content. Okay, starting again at 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe. So, but that's going to be it for Awfully Silly. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you in a couple weeks. My name is Conception, and yeah, we'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone.